Yo, what's going on, guys? Just finished an awesome episode of the Medium Rare Podcast. Got my boy Danny Nicoletti right here is going to tell you what we did.
Man, he asked some of the best questions. I just did a round trip around the world, and I talk about what I learned dating in all these other countries, which countries were the best, in my opinion, and the worst, in my opinion, and a lot of life lessons in between. So,
Lots of reference experience, and we cooked steak in the middle of the podcast. Stay tuned for more.
all right, guys, tune in.
What's going on, all you sexy subscribers? It's the Medium Rare Podcast. We are back again. Today we got a special guest.
What's up, guys?
We got Danny Nicoletti, a.k.a. The Nicoletti Show,
That's
a.k.a. Party Over Everything,
That's right.
a.k.a. No Surface Connections, a.k.a. The Golden Nuggets Podcast, a.k.a. Nico, short for Nicoletti, a.k.a. Dan the Man.
If this doesn't say anything about me, this says that I'm indecisive and I can't pick a name. But at the end of the day, it just became my own name, Daniel Nicoletti, personal brand.
Personal
Keep
brand.
it simple.
Yes, sir. Yeah, did I miss any?
No, I think
AKAs?
you got everything,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I'm
right?
actually really
Yeah.
like, dude.
Off
that's
the
what's
dome,
up.
dude.
That's what's up, man. He got every single brand I've ever started.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, man. So that's my favorite way to start a podcast. Kind of just like doing the AKAs and then just listing off as much stuff that I've researched about whoever I'm interviewing.
That's cool,
But,
man.
Yeah.
Like high energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
And
like
also,
that.
I just love. I think having like an alternate, like a pseudo. It's called a pseudonym or like
Yeah,
a
like alter ego.
Alter ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just so cool to have one of those. So I know everyone has like whatever their alter ego is. They kind of whichever lane or whatever niche it's in. It's always it's still something different, right? So,
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you're just not just, but you're. You said you went personal
I'm
brand.
Nicoletti.
Daniel Nicoletti. Daniel
Keep it simple. I
Nicoletti,
was-
man.
So I asked myself, I was sitting there, being indecisive and overthinking is my specialty. But I sat there and I said, okay, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I'm still going to be doing this. This is my career now. I'm actually doing it. Like I mentally decided this is the path.
Right.
This is the way, personal brand. What do I want it to be in 30 years? Does Gold Nuggets as a 60-year-old, I was like, you know what, the most safe, steady, smart choice is just my name. It's just me.
It's true.
And yeah. So,
Nice. There you go, man. So,
Yeah, man.
what's your latest venture? What's the Daniel Nicoletti?
dude, dating. I've been
Brand
jumping
about,
into
yeah.
dating, which has been nervous for me because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not like. There's so many guys so much better than me, so I'm like, who the fuck am I to try to teach dating? But I really just
yeah.
need to make money. And this is actually how we met. Can I talk about everything?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, yeah.
Cool.
2019.
No surface level
2019.
connections.
Yeah. No surface level connections.
That's not the
yeah.
name of my podcast, but that was the first name of my podcast, or second name. But because I genuinely, everyone I talk to in my life and everyone I have on my podcast and everyone I want to surround myself with is people who are open and real.
Yes,
And
yeah.
don't go beyond the surface. So we met at a dating seminar, right?
Yeah, it was a social dynamics. Seminar.
We
Social
could talk
dynamics seminar, yeah.
forever about
Dude, yeah,
why
we could
we were
have a whole
there. Like,
podcast
that's
about
just
that.
about dating.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a
Yeah.
million times. But yeah, I've did my fair share of studying and experimenting with dating, and most recently I went on, I think it was around 15 dates in 2 or 3 weeks, and it's crazy. I learned a lot about dating. I learned a lot about approaching, momentum. I got good at reading people and just knowing like, oh, she's gonna be nice. She's kind of, I don't know about her. But then again, at the same time, you might walk up to somebody who had a mean face and they're like super nice. So it's
Right.
always like a,
You never know.
You never know.
What you're gonna get until you go out and
Yeah.
make that initial. You have to act.
Exactly.
Right, and then you adjust based off of that.
That was actually the first
Calibration.
thing, calibration. The first thing that what game does, or approach, essentially all game is approaching strangers. Talk to strangers.
Yeah.
A lot of Yes Theory does it. A lot of people do this.
Yeah.
Talking to strangers. You get a high from it. You get what it does is it makes you really good at reading people. It's like sales. You get
100%.
really good at reading people, and I think my level of reading people got better this last month because I've been doing so many approaches, and just that's my latest venture.
Right? I mean, especially with, we'll definitely dive into this, but when you're traveling alone, what else? You have to talk to people, right?
Traveling is a cheat code for
have to
social
talk to
dynamics.
people. Yeah.
When you're bouncing in
pushes
and out
you.
of hostels.
Yep.
Yeah, not only that, there's something to do like in your, I don't know what happens, like when you travel and you see new things, I notice it in travelers and tourists, you're in this new mindset where you're open to the opportunities. You're paying money to go to a place, you're like, I want to see you, you're open to an experience, whereas when you're like in your bubble. For example, when I saw the Brazilian store, because technically I'm still traveling right now.
That's right,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, a Brazilian store.
Yeah.
And you're like, you want to explore? I'm like, yeah. I go in, I start talking to everybody. I start recording things.
Yeah.
And vlogging is another thing that
Huge.
that
That's been a big thing for you.
forces me to like be open and because when you're vlogging, it's like, okay, well, how do I make this interesting? Usually
Right.
you go talk to somebody, you do something interesting.
Yeah.
Just for the vlog.
Some
but
type of action.
action, yeah.
That's other than just like, oh yeah, I'm here at Whole Foods, I'm buying this stuff,
Yeah.
right? It's like, hey, what do you think about this product right here? Like, or whatever, you know? However you want to
Exactly.
engage someone else.
Yeah, man.
So, big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
man.
how was that over the course of what you've learned throughout your past 8 months of traveling versus when you were not sitting, but when you were here in Texas, right? You said
Ooh,
the
yeah.
social dynamics probably have to be so different in Europe,
Wow, yeah.
Southeast Asia. Where else were you at?
Europe, Southeast Asia. I guess that's really about it.
Okay,
I went
yeah.
to the West Coast in California for about 2
That's right.
months.
Yep.
Which actually, to me, was a big experience as well. Way different than here. And the number one thing I learned is I kind of felt like I fit in more in Bali, for example, when I was there for 2 months. I'm from Arkansas, but I grew up with an Asian mom and an Italian dad who's traveled the world. I never felt like an Arkansan. And
Yeah.
I don't strike you as your typical Southerner.
Yeah.
When I was in Cali, I was like, wow, if I was raised in Cali, I'd probably be popular in high school. Growing up in Arkansas, I wasn't popular in high school. I wasn't like unpopular, but I wasn't like that guy. But like,
Right.
I could see myself in Cali surrounded by more artists, musicians, creative people, more like novelty, dopamine-seeking people, which is
Yeah.
like something I've learned
More
recently.
people, more motivated people.
Yeah, because LA attracts those kind of people.
Right.
And when I was in those environments, LA specifically in Bali, I was like, I feel like I fit in for once. This is weird. I never felt like that before.
Yeah. You
It was
felt like
really weird,
You
like-
found your tribe.
I'm this kind of quirky, high energy, open-minded, just like, like I found that more of those kind of people there. And I
Yeah.
felt like for the first time, like, wow, like I fit in, it was
You're
a crazy
like,
experience.
I feel
So,
complete with the people around me.
yeah,
you know?
Bali attracts a certain kind of people.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, because like,
I need to add to my. I need to add a lot of places to my list. But
yeah,
that's going
well,
on
people
top,
who
yeah.
try to escape their life and go to Bali and potentially live in Bali, like I did, it's the kind of people that are like really different. They're weird. They want to try new. I met so many interesting people. For example, one girl, she dedicated her life to roller skating, and now she teaches it online, and she makes damn good income.
What?
Roller
You
skating?
can teach roller skating online.
Yeah. That's what motivated me to
Dang.
maybe teach dating, because I was like, shit, if she could fucking teach roller skating,
Yeah.
I could teach something,
Yeah.
Like, let me just teach anything.
Yeah. And hey, I mean,
Right.
we've been out together plenty of times. You definitely have the social skills to be able to teach someone. I mean, you don't. It's sure there's guys that have 10, 20 years of experience teaching that stuff, but I mean, how relatable can they be to somebody that's brand new, right? I
Right.
feel like you have more. You can teach someone that's like just brand. It's like someone that's just deathly, because we've all been there.
Right.
If you're watching this, you've been there in that situation, where your last couple of Instagram posts and you're at the airport and all these thoughts are going through your head. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
what if she's mean? What if she doesn't like? What if people stare at me? Like, what if all this, right? What if the cops come? Like,
Right.
what if they don't let me on the plane? Like, all these thoughts are legitimately going through a dude's head. I mean, or a woman's head if worlds are reversed, right?
Yeah.
Before, like, a guy comes to talk to a girl, right? All that stuff really goes through your head. So
100%,
yeah,
yeah.
I feel like it'll help eliminate some of that noise in a beginner's head who's never done that before.
Right, exactly. And I think someone who's naturally good at it would have a hard time teaching it as well, because they'd be like, well, just be yourself. But they
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to break it down. And I think
Yeah.
I'm not that good. I'll be honest. Like, I really don't think I'm that good. But I know how to approach. Like, I'll keep on doing it, and I'll get rejected 20, 30, 40 times and just keep going.
Yep.
I think that's really that. And I have the perspective of not knowing anything at all to knowing a little bit. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware, yeah.
Yeah. What's been one of the biggest epiphanies you've had in your entire since before you found out about what before you
Social
found out about
dynamics?
social dynamics to after you found out social dynamics? What did you think? What was your mindset before, and what's your mindset now?
Wow, that's a good question, because there's so many, right?
Right. Pick one. Pick one like perspective shift or like one change that has really stood out to you? Because yeah, you're right. There's
So
like
many.
50 you can name.
Yeah, momentum was probably the biggest one that I learned. That you can get momentum, social momentum. I'd never understood social momentum until, like growing up. What I realized was you kind of can barrel through, and if you keep on. There was a saying that Owen Cook that we both used to watch.
Yep.
Takes so much action that it turns off the thinking brain.
Yeah.
And I think that applies not just in social skills, but a lot of things. And I found that my brain, I overthink things, and it kind of puts me in analysis paralysis. One of the biggest shifts, now I know no matter what kind of mood I'm in, if I just keep pushing, eventually something will click to where I'm like, boom, okay, now I'm back. Like I can, like something in your brain just clicks and you just stop giving a fuck. And you're just like, I'm just gonna do this. Same thing in vlogging. Something just clicks where you're just like, you get all this momentum. There's momentum with everything, not even just like macro momentum too.
Right.
For example, with any business or anything like podcasting, there's a
Keep
certain
doing it.
momentum where you wake up and you're doing it so much that you wake up and you go straight to it, you know?
Huge.
And it made me realize that in life you have to build momentum. Like you have to work your way up to it, and then if
Yeah.
you just keep on taking action, eventually you'll get good. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of ties in with, I don't know if you've heard of the 10X rule by Grant Cardone.
I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it's about.
It's pretty much the equivalent of taking massive action. So he's like, I think in the context of the book, he's talking about, a sales job. So he's like, oh yeah, in order to get, 5 leads, I need to make like 50 cold calls. It's like, no.
Wow.
I'm gonna come into work. I'm gonna make 500 cold calls, 10x the amount of work that I have to do to 10x my results.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and it's like very. If you've ever done cold calling, it's not feasible to make 500 cold calls a day. It's almost impossible. Yeah.
Yeah. I can
it's
imagine.
Doable.
It's like doing it 500 approaches.
It's
a day, I
nuts.
bet.
Yeah. I mean, because you hit a lot of voicemails. You hit a lot of it takes a different type of beast to do something like that.
Yeah, man.
But the more you do it, the more consistent you are with it, and the more massive action you take. And I remember that being a word. I remember that was like
Massive
the title.
action. That was his thing.
I remember that was a title of like a video, right? Take massive action to. And I forgot what the second part is, but do you remember how those old RSD videos were just
remember,
like
yeah.
those like perfectly like they were titled so that way somebody when they were like SEOing something they would come across his videos. He was
Yeah.
a marketing genius.
He was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah. If anyone knows RSD, because dude,
Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah,
Really, like what
100%.
they did was insane.
Yeah, they probably changed hundreds of
yeah.
people's lives. I mean,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
some great stuff.
Action is so important
It is.
more than anything.
Yeah, it's I forget which law of Newton's it was, but an
Yeah.
object at rest will remain at rest.
Yeah.
Object in motion will stay in motion, right?
Yeah.
I think that's inertia or something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
I didn't do too well in physics, but
Yeah. What was one of the biggest perspective shifts for you, like
Yeah.
before and after?
I think it was the ability to be 100% my authentic self. Yeah, and that is
Damn.
yeah, and I think that's very key because at first, before I found out about social dynamics, I was very I don't want to say inauthentic, but I think everybody kind
That's
of wears
huge.
a mask, right? Everyone kind of
100%.
just fronts on who they really are.
And people can see and sense when
Yep.
someone's fronting, and
Yep.
it repels people. Like when you see somebody like at the bar or wherever, and you can tell they're not being them, and they're trying to act like cool or something. You're like, ugh, like get away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own, and it's so crazy because we always hear like the blue pill simpy advice of be yourself,
Yeah,
and it's face value terrible advice.
yeah,
Don't be yourself. Be 110% yourself.
Yeah.
Like be the person that you want to be, not the person you are right now.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I don't know
I
the best way
remember
to say
someone
that. but,
said like
know.
you keep on trying to improve and become better while simultaneously owning where you're at the time. You
Yeah.
keep on pushing to do good, but completely owning. And this is actually a huge epiphany for me recently in my dates, my
Yeah,
15
hit me.
dates.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. And I'm definitely gonna be talking about this in my videos. First, before I get to that point, I want to, because before I lose this other thought,
Yeah.
Jay Ayer told me something that relates to what you said.
Yeah, shout out
We
Joe
were out-
Robinson.
Jay Ayer, if you're watching this, yeah, so smart. He was on your podcast.
He was.
and
Yeah. It's been like 3 years.
Freaking smart, man.
Yeah.
So this was back when I was going through like a rough patch too. I just went through a breakup. Hadn't been gaming, just terrible. I think I was like tired from work. Worst night of game of my life, I would say. One of the worst. Like
Right.
definitely bottom 5. And I remember we're going up to these girls, JR, and I'm just like barreling through. Like I'm proud that I did like probably like 30 approaches in that night, hating every single one of them.
Yeah.
And I remember just going up and just, you know, I looked good, and the girls were smiling, like, oh, this guy's coming up to me.
Yeah.
But the minute I opened my mouth, they were like, oh, God. And JR was like, remember how they were, like, happy that you walked up? And then you remember when you opened your mouth and they weren't happy? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, what did you say? And I repeated it, and I said something so dumb.
Just
like
cringy.
Yeah. Trying to be cool. What would have been smarter in that moment would to be walk up and be like, so guys, I just went through a breakup and I am like depressed right now, but I'm trying to be social. Do you
That's
feel,
so
do you
authentic,
feel how real
bro.
that
That's
is? Like,
so
you know,
authentic.
like I'm trying here. I'm trying. I'm not. I don't feel cool. I don't feel good, but I'm trying to be social. You guys are cute. I just had to say hi. What's your name?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, what's up? You know, blah blah blah. It's trying to be funny when I don't feel or look or am funny, and just trying to be something I'm not, and having them push me away.
Did you hit that fuck boy? What's up? Like,
Man,
did you hit that?
I can't even remember what I said.
Like,
I just
what'd you
remember we did our debrief afterwards in the car, and he's like, "What did you say?" And I was just like, "I said this," and then he was just like, "Yeah." So, I wish I could remember, but I genuinely can't.
No,
it
it's
was
all good.
It was embarrassing to say the least.
I've had some moments like that too, man. I think everybody, like, it happens to the best of us, right?
It happens to the best of us.
Like, you gotta, like,
'Cause you're nervous,
I think we failed more times than most people have ever approached in their life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like same thing with cold calling. I've gotten hung up on more times than people have made cold calls. Where,
Yeah.
like, you know, and getting an unread, sending an email and not getting it read.
Yeah, man.
But it takes a lot of resiliency. I think that's another thing. That's probably another perspective shift of both of us.
Yeah.
Resiliency, the ability to bounce back and come back stronger, not only from just game stuff, but anything like work, life.
Well,
you know, anything,
you'll have a bad night like that, and then the next night you'll have a good night.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, It just kind of shows you that, like, sometimes you're on, sometimes you're off. That's actually another thing that I learned. Like, sometimes you have good nights, and you're socially, you're just, whatever the circumstances may be. Maybe you're having a good day, or, you know, someone complimented you, or you got a haircut, you got a new shirt, something. And then some nights you're not it.
It's just
it's
not it, yeah.
And I think, that's huge.
That's real, man. Do you have any suggestions, or have you, like, kind of taken enough data points to figure out what triggers a good night?
Damn, that's a great fucking question.
Thanks.
What I've been doing recently?
Dude, these are some off the top podcast questions, man.
That's a good question, and that's
go ahead.
huge.
Yeah.
Recently, what I've been doing to pump my state, for example, it was Valentine's Day, and I was at the airport, and I got 3 dates in one day at the airport.
Wow.
I couldn't record that much
At
of it.
the airport? You went on the date at the airport?
At the airport, because I was there for 8 hours, and it was Valentine's Day, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this my mission. I had planned this for like a couple days.
Huge.
And when I got there, I'm telling you, I was completely, you could say, out of state. Just
Yeah.
emotionally did not. I even said it in the vlog. And that's another thing. You don't resist what you're feeling. That's a huge thing. You don't resist.
Yeah, you accept it.
You're like, I want to talk. And I'm like, I'm like, guys, I'm really not motivated, but it's Valentine's Day, so I got to do this.
Yeah.
So what I started doing was walking up to girls and just saying, hey, I just want to say you're absolutely gorgeous. Have a good day. And what that does, 2 things.
Yeah.
First off, if they're nice, they smile and they're like, oh, thank you so much, and you feel good. Second off, you walking away, it creates this vibe where you're no longer wanting or needing something,
Chasing.
you're giving value. And that's the main thing what guys mess up on, or where I mess up on, is you walk up wanting the number, wanting sex, or wanting something. But if you go up genuinely in this energy of just, I want to give you value.
Yeah.
And what that, for me at least, what that was, I'll probably do this tonight. You just walk up and do a couple compliments.
Yeah. No,
Rather
that's
than
huge.
wanting a huge conversation or a number or Instagram, I like to leave as many social interactions in the beginning on a good note as possible. You just want to like build momentum. You want to get wins.
Yeah.
So one easy way is to just give a compliment and kind of like run away. Because there's no downside to that, unless they're
That's
like
true.
truly a bitch. Like if
Yeah.
if they're a fucking bitch, like excuse my language, if they're like genuinely like
Unfiltered, yeah.
if they're just a bitch, like
Yeah.
and they can't take a freaking compliment. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck that bitch anyways.
Yeah,
I don't really want to
yeah,
give it to you.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. It's
100%.
like, but for the most part, when they see that your body language and vibe is like, I'm just giving you the compliment,
Yeah. It's like,
and
hey,
they
I'm
know
literally
you don't want
just
anything.
here for
hey,
that.
hey, just wanted to say, hey, sorry, but I just want to say you're absolutely gorgeous. Have a great night. I think maybe once or twice out of 100,
Yeah.
a girl will be like, thanks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But that just says more about them than it
Yeah.
says about you. So it's hard to even take that person. You're like, damn, you can't take a compliment? Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Or they start saying like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. But that's actually a positive. What do you mean by that? That kind of makes you.
It's like I love how you pieced together everything tonight.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? No, I didn't really. And then then you start backtracking. You're like, wait. Do you want me to just take my comment away? Like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But no, that is absolute gold, dude.
Another
Building
thing
up
that
to that
this
upward
does,
spiral.
yeah. Another thing that this does, it establishes man to woman. A lot of guys, at least for me, this was my sticking point. You know, I grew up, I didn't have the confidence to be like, I like you, I think you're attractive.
Yeah.
So if you
I don't think
practice telling girls
many
that,
people did.
you kind of feel like more of a, like, I find you attractive. Like, you're telling a girl that, it kind of puts you in this frame of, I'm a man, you're a woman, you're attractive. And I don't know why, for some reason, it kind of made me own that more.
It takes
you own it now. You're
Yeah.
like, I find you attractive.
It's like I'm not here to be your
friend. You walk
Yeah.
up and now you have the energy of like, I find you attractive, you know, and
Exactly.
it's real.
Huge, man. I think that's so big. One of my favorite things I would do is, you remember Bottle Blonde? You remember like when it first started? It was like always packed.
Packed, yeah.
But it was like there was a lot of a thin market, right?
Very thin.
For what you were looking for, right?
Yeah, very thin
So
market.
I remember and that was like the only club outside of Deep Ellum at the time. So I would start my night there, and I would do kind of similar to what you said. I would just walk up to 10 people. I mean, guys, girls, whatever, right? I would come at everything. Like, dudes wearing nice suits, I'd be like, yo, it's a fresh suit, right? Just walk away. Girl wearing nice whatever, right? I'm like, that is working really well on you. Like, just, and then just moving on, just doing like 5-10 of those, starting the night like that, and then going to the other side of Deep Ellum, like where everyone's like more, because usually that area is known for being very pretentious, let's say, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to the other side, everyone's like very open to talking with you, and you're already, like, your momentum is like already going because you've done the hardest approaches of the night, and then you go to this area where like people are more welcome to talk to you. Huge game changer for me.
Damn. Yeah, man.
So yeah, man, more momentum. The more momentum, the better.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
But also, it'd be good.
No, I was just gonna. Do you have any like natural friends?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, dude, my buddy
like people
Mike.
who have never looked at game and
Yeah.
have no interest, even if you
100%.
show it to them.
100%.
But they are so good.
Yeah.
Like they get girls. Like
Dude.
like,
Yeah, my
more
buddy
consistently
Mike,
than
dude.
anyone you know.
My buddy Mike is
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
like that. You just to a
And
T. You just.
Do you ever
described
study
him.
them and then think like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
And then
All the time.
yeah, one of my natural friends, he's a master at that.
Yeah.
Building like wherever we went, oh my, it's like not only, it's just non-stop 24/7 interacting with everyone.
Yeah.
Getting like social wins. Like he's
Yeah.
so good at like pumping his own state. Like always listening to
Huge.
you, always just pumping his emotional state.
Yeah.
Like a master
Like
of
himself,
feeling
like
good,
making
pumping
himself feel good.
That is a downside, by the way.
That is a downside.
Apparently,
pumping
I mean,
your,
I've heard
pumping
someone
your state.
has told me that if you're because sometimes in life, like business, for example,
Yeah.
requires you to not feel good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you need or you always want to feel good, then that can be a bad thing, depending on your goals in life.
But
you
having
know?
the ability
having the
to
ability
make
to do
yourself
it
feel
is a
good,
superpower.
that's crazy. Yeah. And knowing when to use it. That's
Yeah.
with great
Yeah.
power.
comes great responsibility.
responsibility,
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's funny
yeah.
because, and if you're, I wonder, he might be watching this, Victor.
Shout out Victor.
Yeah, shout out Victor. He's telling me right now, more recently, actually, I don't know if I should say all this. He's an open book, actually. He's an open book. But right now he's going through, quote unquote, depression. Not like too bad, but
Not like medically
but
depressed.
I see, when he
yeah.
told me that, I instantly thought in my head, intuitively, because I know him more than anyone else in the world probably, that he's told me that. Good. I'm glad you feel that way. Because depression is the fuel to get your life better. Anytime
True.
I feel depressed and took action on it, you get better. Depressed because I'm fat, go hit the gym. And for the first time he said, I'm feeling depressed. I'm like, damn, well that's huge. You know,
it's a different
that's the
emotion.
catalyst for
It's a
change.
different emotion
So
than you've been feeling forever.
depression isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's bad if you identify with it, like, oh, I'm a depressed person. This is a disease I've gotten from the sky and I now need medication. No, it's
Yeah.
maybe you just need to get your life together.
Yeah.
Or change your diet. Or
Maybe
get
it's
some
just
sun.
or all the above.
Or maybe
Yeah.
more money. Or
Yeah,
find a girlfriend.
Talk to more people. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember a guy, not a guy. I mean, it was my professor, my psychology professor in college, said being social is the cure to depression.
Really? He
Yeah,
said that?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, I could,
Huge,
I would,
right?
I would agree with that actually. Yeah.
Or like it eases the symptoms of depression.
It does. Anytime I feel depressed and I was strong-willed enough to do game because I was feeling a little down and I could go out and make some friends real quick, it would always cure it
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huge,
that's true.
man. It's
true.
it's awesome. It's crazy what you can. The power of your mind is insane. One, because you can literally make yourself, and this is without drugs, by the way, you can make yourself feel or do anything that you put your mind to. Like if you're feeling sad, like if you're ever, I used to say this all the time. I still do it. I mean, if you fake laugh, you will start. If you just like, like dude, like I'm like kind of just like cracking up because like it's just like even like you're genuinely cracking up, right? But like if you do it, if you like fake laugh, and not fake it till you make it, but if you fake laugh, it kind of will trick your brain into like, you're like, dude, what am I doing? And then you'll start making yourself laugh.
That's so
right?
true. Wow.
Yeah,
man.
I don't really know what the other hacks are. I mean, there's definitely some. I bet you there's some like crazy responses where you can bypass entire like segments of your brain.
Man, one thing
I just don't know what they are yet.
Yeah, dude. One thing I observe in a partner now, and I got this from Ty Lopez. I took one of his courses on,
Shout out Ty.
dating. Whether you think
Here
he's
in
a
my
scam
garage.
artist, here in my garage. You might think he's a scam artist. You might not. I found that he had some good wisdom, but he said one thing when he's trying to find like a long-term relationship with a girl. When something, he said his tip actually was go travel with them. This is a good way to vet
so
somebody.
Smart. Like going on vacation, right?
And I, being a traveler and going on vacation with many girls and seeing this, I find this to be so true. Because travel creates stress, and you see not how bad they react, how stressed they get to something.
Stress tolerance.
You see their stress tolerance. For example, you miss a flight, dude, they completely lose their shit. Like, we missed the flight, and make your life living hell. Or they're kind of like, well, we're on vacation. We'll catch the next one. You know? You see what the reaction to stress is, and that is huge because some people react to stress and problems, and they make it such a big deal. And, one thing I observe in people now is like how when something stressful happens, how fast do they come back to baseline of like feeling good again. And that's something I've observed in myself. I used to have a terrible stress tolerance because my mind would always be geared towards the negative and I would loop on it. But now, like you said, if you just fake laugh or you just choose to be happy, it's genuinely a choice. You can rewire your brain.
Choice. 100%.
To be more positive. That's why like silly things like gratitude journaling actually work because you're actually like training. It's like literally training your brain to be more positive.
And dude, Jair says this. He says this word so much. You're programming your brain.
I like that word. Yeah.
And your brain is very like. There's this quote by this guy. I mean, he's never gonna watch this podcast, but like his name is DejaRu22 on Twitter, and he says this. He has this thing, bro. He's a complete anonymous guy, right? Nobody knows who he is, but he's like program or be programmed. Like you have to program yourself or you will become programmed by the inputs that are going on around you through the world. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, the inputs in the world these days
very negative.
Are not the things that you want to download into your system.
Yeah, man. I saw my dad for the first time in 7 years recently.
Huge. Let's talk about that.
Love my dad, and I doubt he's watching this, but I love him. Genuinely love him. 100%. Learn a lot about him.
The energies, he's feeling the energy right now.
Yeah, man. I already miss him, and it's it was a good experience. It was the longest I can remember, especially of course as an adult, but maybe even as a kid because he wasn't really in my life, and it was the longest that I've spent with him at one time.
Wow,
ever. And it's like 2 months almost.
Yeah.
And we literally lived and slept in the same room.
Yeah.
And we butt heads a little bit, but it was never, it was just like two people anyways, what I'm getting at is he would wake up, he's probably, and he's probably one of the most negative people.
Actually?
Ever that I've ever met.
Yeah.
And not in a mean way, but just in a life has gotten me down from the shows he watches. I noticed that literally even the characters he resonates the most with are the ones that wake up out of it like, they're like cooking eggs. I missed it. Like everything pisses them off.
Yeah.
Everything pisses them off, and I'm like the opposite. I'm like this.
Right.
I'm everything makes me happy, and I'm always positive.
Right.
Or I try to be at least. What I learned is. It rubs off just being around that because I noticed literally I would get up and I'm like, what the fuck?
Negative,
It would scare the shit out of me. I'm like, oh God, I literally just made the same sound my dad makes when he gets up, like the sound of like, oh, I gotta get up.
Yeah.
It would literally, he would get up and be like, oh fuck, and
no.
I was
like, oh, I gotta go do life now.
Literally, that's the mentality. The mentality is life got me down. I remember putting on a motivational podcast, a millionaire
Yeah.
teaching how to make money.
Right.
And I was just playing it out loud, like, and then my dad was like, "Oh, turn that off. I hate rich people."
Oh,
I was like, I'll just put my headphones in.
Yeah.
And he means well. My dad's he's
of course,
a good person.
100%.
I want to mention that. Like, he's a great person. I actually love hanging. He's actually just so fucking smart. But I noticed that mentality is contagious to a certain degree. I mean, obviously, I'm self-aware enough, and I try to listen to good stuff all the time. But
Right.
literally, I found myself complaining so much more, and I would have to snap myself out of it. Like, oh, Danny, stop
Chill
complaining.
out. Yeah,
so
yeah,
I couldn't be around that for more than
Because
what I was.
negative energy has a stronger pull than positive energy. Like, it's
Yeah.
easier to, I mean, if you're here, and you have somebody, I guess, major in your life, or you have a few people around you that are all operating at this frequency, and you're operating at this frequency, they're gonna slowly, you're gonna gravitate down there. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Because negative energy's frequency is so powerful. So
Yeah.
you really, really have to be so in tuned and be so well programmed to stay up top. And
Yeah.
I've struggled with that so many times too. Just like, it's all about the people that you hang out with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Completely.
know, especially with parents, as they get older, they kind of get stuck in their ways. Not 100% of the time, but
your parents
yeah.
seem so happy. Like,
Oh, dude, I love-
your dad
I
was just
love my parents,
like
man.
his
Yeah.
smile. I was like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a positive guy. You could just tell right away.
Dude, he is, man.
Which is
He is.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And right now, I think is the most, the past few years, the most positive, the best relationship I've ever had with my parents, and it feels so good to be able to just hang out
Yeah.
with them. Yeah. Also, my dad's been working out quite a bit lately, so
Oh, really?
I think that's definitely a great mood booster.
100%.
For sure. So
Yeah, man.
yeah.
100%.
But
Yeah, that's awesome. Happy to hear that.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized that. Do you remember when we first got home? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna prep the steaks so we can cook them after we
Oh,
shower.
yeah,
They're still
yeah.
sitting down there, so we should probably
we go cook the
we should
steaks?
go
I
cook
forgot about the
steaks.
steaks.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh.
This is the first
right.
time that we're cooking steaks in the middle of the podcast, and we're gonna record it on this little gadget right here.
That's right, y'all.
Yeah, it's not sponsored, so we're not gonna shout them out. But
Yeah.
no, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
Yeah. But
Hey,
no, it's a
yes.
cool contraption. It's a DJI action.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
we'll go ahead and put that in this right here,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back afterwards and do more.
100%,
More
man.
conversing.
100%.
Are you cooking?
What you cooking?
Yeah.
So excited for this.
No, it's like
What is
a
that?
dual pancake,
Oh, okay.
like chickpea flour.
Oh,
Healthy.
interesting. And what salt does to a steak, it pulls all the moisture out. So we're just
Okay.
gonna pat it dry one more time. Let me get some hands out here. All right, we got. Dang, dude, you better be ready to eat.
Dude,
some
I'm
food,
actually,
bro.
I haven't ate barely anything. I
Yeah.
had those cookies and cheese balls, but
Yeah.
no, I'm ready, man.
All right, man.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
This is gonna be a feast, man.
Dude, I am so here for it. You have no idea. And I haven't had quality steak like this in a while, so
Perfect.
dude, I'm in for a treat, man. Thank you.
100%, man. Yeah, we got some ribeye right
I'm
here.
your sous chef. Just let me know what I can do.
Oh, I got you, man. Yeah, I'll let
Yes,
you know
sir.
for sure. Most of this, I just need to make sure I pat this dry. So the reason, why you pat stuff dry?
Why is that?
So that way, as soon as it makes contact with the pan, it'll start cooking. Because right now, all this water is going to need to evaporate. So the heat is going to evaporate the water. But if we pat it dry first, then it crusts so much better.
Yeah, dude, you're an expert. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've had no wonder. A lot of times I'll cook steaks and then
Kind of comes out wet.
yeah,
on the
there's
top.
just too much juice.
Yeah. Juice is different, but it just the top doesn't come out
Doesn't sear.
doesn't sear enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great word.
okay, good to
Love that
know.
word.
Good to know.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyone who's vegan watching me, I'm sorry. Just go ahead and unsubscribe. Cause I don't need you. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I have a few vegan friends. I take it back.
Yeah. I remember I had the joke that I'm gonna open up a carnivore only restaurant, and I'm gonna say F off vegans at the front.
That's the name of the restaurant.
F
Fuck
off
off,
vegans. Yeah, bro. There's a place called the Slutty Vegan in Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, come on,
I know plenty of slutty.
come on,
vegans.
yeah, same.
So
I'm
it's
like,
actually a thing,
right? I'm like, come on, like,
Come on.
how do you want me to like respect you after that? Like,
Yo, one of the best girlfriends I've ever had was vegan.
really?
Yeah, but
awesome.
she was vegan
I bet she's great.
because she loved animals.
Animals,
She
yeah.
didn't even believe that it was good for her health. And she it was better than a standard American probably,
Right.
but like she would literally just show me videos of, look at these cows, how could you eat these guys?
my God.
She was like super empathetic. I
Yeah.
think towards the end of us dating, she was talking about starting to eat eggs and stuff for her health.
Okay, that
'cause
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Eating eggs and fish.
It was really, yeah,
But I don't think she would ever eat cow again because she literally like loved cows.
yeah.
And I think that's a lot more respectable than someone who
Is doing it for like,
who's like, humans aren't meant to eat meat. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
look at
yeah.
your teeth. You see
Right,
these sharp
yeah.
edges there?
yeah. You see
Yeah.
those canines?
Canines, man. Anyways,
But yeah.
we're in Texas.
I'm so excited for these, bro.
Right, man. I can tell you do this every single night. Like
Dude, literally,
you're like
yeah,
on
I'm-
flow here. Like
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like you're talking about the surfer,
Like-
the surfer archetype earlier.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What's the chef archetype? You know.
You're right.
Uh,
Right. You're like a bartender with steak. That's what
Dude,
you're looking
yeah.
like right now. That's crazy. That's the one thing I miss about bartending. Getting into that flow state, sometimes it can be fun. You just
That's-
like in the moment.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do is cook. Like
Really?
I love, like genuinely just love cooking.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and
I can see that.
sometimes I just like I'll just have like some classical music playing or like some house
Yeah.
music playing. I'll just be doing my thing and like I mean, dude, look at the time right now. It's 7:32 right now. Let's say we started prepping at 7:30.
Yeah.
Right. Just we'll come back and tell you what the time is after all this is done.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you should take this entire clip and make its own thing out of it.
Oh, like make its own video.
Just like, because you were explaining the steaks, all that stuff's interesting.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down. Yeah, I definitely need to make more shorts out of it. Like more shorts of me talking
Just
about
like
food.
the process of us getting the food, you explaining why you were
Yeah.
carnivore, cooking the food. It's like that in and of itself is very interesting.
Right.
In my opinion, yeah.
Very cool, man. Alright. Man, that's crazy. We got 2 filet mignons, a New York strip, and a ribeye for $27.
Damn,
like,
that is insane, bro.
if you order this at a steakhouse, it's like easily $100. Like,
Easily, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're and like these are big steaks too, so it's
Yeah.
like huge.
That's why I asked.
Yeah,
Like, you better be hungry today, dude.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I don't even think.
I can put
like,
down
I would
some
make
food.
some eggs, but I don't think we'll finish.
you
it.
know, oh man, yeah, no. I could eat a lot, man. I'll be real. I eat a lot.
Yeah. Yo,
Um,
I'll fire up like 3 eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
you
Let's
down?
do it.
Let's do it.
I love me some eggs, man. Not gonna lie. Yeah, man. I almost did a food eating competition
In Europe?
in Vietnam,
Oh,
actually.
Vietnam. Nice.
They were
What was the food?
What was it? Shoot, I think it was like maybe it was like a massive burger. I forget what it was.
You want some kefir? Are you
Yeah,
good?
for sure. I might try it in Dallas.
What food eating competition? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're
I
at
can
that
eat. I
level,
can put down some food, man.
dude. If
I'm
you're at
telling
that
you.
level, then you can definitely kill some eggs along with the steak. But yeah, man, I just started incorporating this into my diet recently. So
Why?
kefir is just like fermented yogurt with a bunch of probiotics in it. I usually pretty much just drink like just this much.
Wow, man, this looks like good quality.
Yeah, dude, and just look at the ingredients right here, right? Organic, 100% grass-fed whole milk, live active cultures. That's it.
That's it,
These are
yeah.
the cultures, man. So, yeah,
Wow.
anything that has like very limited ingredients, that's the key. So, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
And just sip on it.
It's probably really good for your gut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I've kind of noticed a bit of a difference. I've only started incorporating it like I don't know, maybe like less than half a month ago.
Wow. It's satisfying too, though. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, a little honey in this would probably be like. Have you ever tried that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
All right.
Alright.
Have you ever thought about making like a IG page for just for like carnivore food and all
I
that?
had one. I had one a long time ago. I just didn't really. I didn't keep up with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I might.
Cool.
It's like
Yeah.
posting pictures of steak or something.
Pictures, videos, all the whole thing.
Making some.
Because it is like
carnivore-
seems like it's good. It's gonna be your lifestyle for a long time. You know?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And it has been my lifestyle for a long time.
It's like a niche. It's
Yeah.
probably like a niche in of itself.
right.
And
Flip that over.
look at that.
Nice. Compressed action right there. What these are looking like. Oh yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Nice. Nice strip right there.
What's one food you miss that's not carnivore?
White rice.
White rice? Oh yeah, big time. I can see that.
And the only reason I miss white rice is I just want to get jacked again a little bit, and like that's like the one thing that you
Because
dude.
you
If you
can-
eat white rice with this, bro, you get
That's so
you get
true.
huge.
Man, yeah. White rice after day after, or even you get so much energy from it too. Yeah.
Exactly.
I actually haven't seen one of those.
Really?
Yeah, automatic.
Yeah, and he got me this for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good gift.
Right?
Oh. Solid.
Yeah. Saw it at one of our friends' house, and I was like, yo, this thing is so cool. And I just never got around to buying one. And he was like, hey man, I got you something for Christmas. And I was like, what is it? And I opened the box, and I was like, yo, this is so cool. I was
Wow.
literally thinking about this.
Oh, good friend, man.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, that's the homie, man. Literally, what we're doing right now, dude. There was a point in time he was like just living here for like 2 months
Really?
while he was trying to get his house stuff figured out,
Oh, wow.
which is another story in itself. But we literally do this every day, bro. Just,
Really?
Yeah. He would, during the day he would be studying for his LSAT for law school.
Yeah.
I'd be working, and then as soon as I got done working, we'd go hit the gym,
Yeah.
go buy some food, come back, cook it, and then just like chill. Yeah, just like literally just chill and watch like I don't know, some type of like historical type of like TV show. Like I don't know if you've seen Medici, like
I've
right,
seen the weekend.
right Medici, or like The Last Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, actually, like my steak looks, I like it well done, usually. So.
Yeah, dang,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
I gotta kick you out of my house.
Get the fuck out of here.
Actually, dude, funny story the other day. Like I told you I just had a podcast on Monday, right?
Yeah.
I was prepping a steak and I was asking the guy. I was like, hey man, how do you like your steak cooking? He's like, oh, I don't eat red meat. Because this is Brandon's friend, right?
Yeah.
I'd never met the guy, but like we talked on the phone. And I guess I forgot to mention to him, hey, I'm gonna be cooking steaks for us. Luckily, I had chicken thighs and chicken wings, so I cooked those.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Chicken Wing Podcast. Welcome. Welcome to the Fully Cooked Chicken Podcast.
Right? Yeah. Welcome to the whole chicken podcast.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Wow, he doesn't eat red meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. His health or red meat?
Yeah, I think he just mentioned some health reasons.
Okay.
I just didn't- yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, that's fine.
Yeah. Right. 2. These will take a little bit longer since they're like thicker, but
Do you cover it?
what?
Okay. Do you cover it, or how does it like cook? Cause,
Nah, but I could. No, not with this. But
yeah.
With,
But it's like, because it's like so thick.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn the heat down after this side, after they both get nice and crusted, and then what I do, it's like with the fillet.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like standard, but I'll put it on all of its sides, and I'll let it
Okay.
cook from each of its sides. Like you see how crusted that side is?
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of just
So it doesn't get like burnt.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, because if we were just cooking it from both sides, top and bottom, it would get charred pretty quick.
Little charred, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
This is gonna be a nice spread, bro.
Yeah,
this
it's
is like
gonna
the
be
this is like the dude's version of charcuterie.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking with the board and all. Yeah.
Yeah, when I get upstairs, I'll just cut everything. Let's eat it family style.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You about to ask something?
I was gonna say, do you eat cheese like cheddar, stuff like that?
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the reason it's so specific is because that's the only one I've found to not upset my gut that much.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I've heard about Parmesan and the carnivore. Like that's the one cheese.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
recommend.
It's like
Yeah.
raw aged Parmigiano Reggiano. Like, yeah.
So you can eat chicken parm.
I've made chicken parm, bro.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Very nice.
I've taken chicken thighs,
Yeah.
and then I've taken, I've shredded the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, and then I'll shred the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, and I'll whip up some egg yolks, just scramble them.
Yeah.
I'll dip the chicken thighs in the egg yolks, and then lay it on the bed of the shredded Parmigiano Reggiano
Wow.
cheese. And I'll pretty much just have a pan like this with some butter on it. Boom, 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 boom. Flip them over, put the cover on, let it chill for a little bit, take it off. Feast. Super
man.
quick, super easy, man.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Any tomato sauce or no?
Nah,
No.
dude, I can't do tomatoes at all.
Tomatoes really fuck you up?
Tomatoes really mess me up. Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. The other side of this. If one of these are too rare, we'll just.
I can eat rare.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not cool with rare.
Yeah.
I've eaten raw meat before, raw beef.
Oh,
Have
tell
you?
me about that.
Okay, so raw beef, it's I mean, there's a word for it in Europe.
Oh,
I forget what it's called though.
it's tartare.
Tartare,
Yeah,
beef
tartare.
tartare.
Beef tartare, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool, but in Vietnam as well, one thing they love to do, in a lot of countries they do this actually, they'll do like raw, thinly sliced raw beef, like completely raw, and you dip it in like a chili sauce or whatever, you eat it raw.
It's not prosciutto, but it's something similar to that, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's it's literally just raw meat, but it's good. It doesn't really, it's satisfying. It's nice.
I had that at this Japanese barbecue place I went to a while back.
Really?
I forgot what it was called. There's a certain name for it, but yeah, it was great.
Yeah, man.
Big fan.
Dude, the other day I cooked this. I'm not like a chef, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I bought this so I bought pig feet first off.
Yeah,
Right?
this is gonna be really rare. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought pig feet.
Yeah.
That was good. I bought this like pig fat, and I didn't
Okay.
know what it was. But it turns out this is something that you make lard with. I didn't know that. I was
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
okay, well, it looks like pork. It was cheap. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever. So I boil it because I was boiling it with pig feet, and I ate a bunch of this like basically lard.
Yeah.
Dude, I got so sick from that.
Oh man.
Not like food poisoning sick, but I was like my
like
stomach.
you were
fucked
just feeling
up.
you were just feeling really.
I
full.
felt like bloated.
Right.
Yeah, man. So don't eat pig lard. All right, that's cool, man. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is just made to catch the juices, but I just like putting salt on here, because I mean I'll salt the outside of the steak, but sometimes the steak is very thick, so the inside piece is not every piece. You don't taste enough with every piece. So I
Yeah,
just like doing this sometimes.
dude, this is legit. Like this setup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, shout
man.
out to my friend Hassan from San Francisco. He's the one who gifted me this giant cutting board. It's like $100 cutting board. He gave it to me for free.
Wow.
Because he was moving.
Dude, that's insane. This is
yeah.
a good cutting board.
Right.
It's heavy.
Right.
I mean, it makes these steaks.
He also gave me this painting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What the heck? Wow, man.
Right?
What the heck? This is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We couldn't take a lot of his stuff when he moved from
Wow.
Texas to San Fran. So he just like gave me a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
Man. It was
that's what's
awesome.
up, man.
Yeah, big shout out.
So this board is huge. It makes
Yeah.
these steaks look small, but these steaks, don't be fooled. These
Yeah,
steaks are massive.
Steaks are massive.
This board is just massive as well.
Yeah. Cool. Bless you.
Thank you. All right.
I wish I had a sharpener. This is just a honer. It doesn't really sharpen the knife, but
Okay.
it just kind of makes it a little bit more fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing.
And then there's always a little iron fillings on there, so every time you do
Bro,
that,
I could see you owning like a steak restaurant.
You just want to always owning a steak
Yeah,
restaurant?
bro, I could
Yeah.
see you owning like a steak restaurant. That'd be
Yeah.
cool, man. That'd be a
All right,
vibe.
can you hold these in your
Yes,
other
sir.
hand? All right, I'll take this upstairs.
All right, all right.
And hopefully we didn't let this ribeye rest too long.
Yeah.
'Cause I really don't want a well done steak.
Okay, we got the
Alright.
steaks ready.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Cool. I like that couch earlier of a man. This is what a man's charcuterie board looks like.
Yeah. A man's charcuterie board.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, let me do this. All right.
Oh man, I caught you like mid face.
You know, we should do another one. You know? Hold on, let me put this down. All right.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. Solid.
Man, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, dude. Man.
Is it Nicoletti Films? Is that your main?
Nicoletti Films,
Okay, cool.
that's the name, yeah. Dude, thank you for this, man, for real. Wow.
100%, dude.
Such a vibe. Yeah, let me get a photo so I can document this later.
All right.
Man, this is like the best welcome back to Texas moment for me, right? I'm like,
Man, that's
4
huge.
steaks on a board.
Dude,
Welcome back to USA, baby.
dude, this is some very this is very.
Some very
Totally forgot about
American.
these. I'm about to like not have audio for
Okay.
the second half of the podcast.
Yeah, they'd be like
Yo.
awful.
Right. Worst case, we probably take the audio from there, and
Yeah, we got the backup for real, yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything you don't want to talk about? Like anything that you're scared to talk about?
No.
Nothing.
What about
No.
you?
No. It's just like I'm thinking about doing like
You and I have had.
Well, my-
you and I have shared a lot of things. Like,
we have shared a lot.
so like, I mean, I'm cool with whatever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let me turn this light off real quick.
You know what we should share? Okay, so and we can share it a little. So I have a Patreon, and I'm for everything content I do, I always try to do something like exclusive, something exclusive.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we could share the story of how we became Eskimo Bros.
Dude, I'm so down.
Just for the Patreon.
For
so
the
if they
Patreon, I'm down.
if they're paying like a paying member,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$15 a month.
That
they
sounds
can hear
good.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
I had a feeling you wanted to go there. I wasn't sure. I'm down, bro.
All right.
Sounds like fun.
I was telling my dad about that. Man, that's
Dude,
just
what a
so
time.
crazy.
What a time,
So
bro.
crazy that could happen.
That was like right after the Jay Shetty thing.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
literally in the car. Okay, we'll
That's
save
crazy.
it. We'll save it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Here, you do the honors.
Oh yes. Let's get
man.
after it.
What the heck?
Right. Just need one more thing. Before after.
Aha, the honey.
Yeah, after.
Medium rare and honey podcast.
Rare and Honey podcast.
Nice.
Need a sponsorship from these guys.
Yeah,
ASAP.
for real. Come on, man. Organic
YSB
bee
Farms. All right. Cool. We are back at it again. I hope you enjoyed that intermission of us cooking steak. What's the time right now?
Time is 7:50.
7:50. Dang, dude. Remember we were downstairs and we started at 7:30? And I was like,
Yeah.
just wait to see how long it takes to come back up here.
Damn.
20 minutes.
20
4
minutes.
steaks, 3 eggs.
A meal enough for 4 people.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 people are
We're going
about
to try
to
and knock
play.
it out in 2. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Wow.
See how the inside. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, dude,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
perfect. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Yo.
Oh, my goodness.
That's medium rare, yeah?
Yeah.
That's medium rare.
It's a little medium-y, medium-ish,
Okay,
but
okay.
hey, man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
We were letting this one sit for a while.
So this one's going to be rare for sure then.
Oh, I think
Medium
these
rare.
2 are going to be rare, bro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh man, this is actually a perfect color though.
Yeah, dude, that is a steak right
That is
there.
a steak.
That is a
man.
steak, boy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what.
He's like, I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna double fist my videos right now.
Yo, man, this
Oh
is crazy.
man.
Welcome back to the USA right here.
Yeah, what a welcome back it is, huh?
Man, oh man. The man. Have you
Oh,
ever tried
dude.
doing like the salt thing?
Oh, the Salt Bay?
The salt guy, you know?
Oh yeah, all the time. That's my thing, bro. That dude ripped me off.
There's a guy. There's a video I saw online recently. He's like, that guy became a billionaire from salt.
Yeah.
I was like,
Right?
yo, for real. He's like, he just became the best at putting salt on steak. Can you imagine becoming a billionaire from being
crazy.
good at putting salt on steak?
And like going viral for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you can get rich from anything.
Right. I'll do a little Salt Bay action after this.
Alright.
Also, I will need you to send me this video you're taking
course.
because I will 100% put this on my reels.
100%.
I mean, on my
Got you, man.
on my.
Let's see how this one looks.
God, some more nice color.
That's like the fat on that steak looks really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like rendered.
What do you call that?
perfectly.
The marbles?
Marbling?
The marbling, yeah.
Yeah. Well, on this one, I guess it would be like kind of the fat cap since it's a New York strip.
Oh, okay.
But the marbling on that ribeye was nice earlier. Dude, that's crazy. We're literally eating like
I'm
kings
so
for
excited right
$27.
Yeah, man.
All right. This is the money shot.
The money shot.
Money shot for the
That's
New York
right.
strip right here.
Ah, you forgot one name that I used to have. Money Shot Danny.
Money shot Danny. Oh, dude, that was. I think we were friends when that was one of your
Yeah.
names.
I missed that name.
Man, was that your Instagram name?
For a little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I had to change it though. Everyone thought I was a porn
You were a
star.
porn
I was
star?
like, it's not a porn star. Video Money Shot. Come on.
Yeah, it's just a general. I mean, that makes sense because you were a videographer. I mean, you still are, but like you were.
Yeah.
That
At
was
the
like
time,
when you
that
were
was like
prime.
my thing. Yeah, exactly. I was like shooting events and all that. So.
Oh, that is nice. That is medium rare.
That is really nice. Look at that.
Yeah. Man, I feel like we're at Fogo de Chao right now.
Shout out.
Shout out. All right, last one right here.
All right.
Let's see how this one's turning out. This one just feels. Wow.
That's
Came out
it
way
looks
better than
good,
I thought
man.
it was. Yeah.
Dude, you killed it.
Oh yeah.
You nailed it.
Dude, oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've cooked like 4 steaks at the same time.
Wow.
I feel like it's that Future song. 2 bad bitches at the same damn.
4
4 juicy steaks at the same damn time. Same damn time.
That's funny. All right. Right.
All right. Let's do a little.
Okay.
See if I can get this. Hey, not bad.
Not bad.
All right. Cool.
Get your elbow
Yeah,
grease in that. Let's
get that
go.
elbow. Yeah, exactly. All right. Oh, we shall be digging into this.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
Cheers, bruv.
Cheers, mate. Let's go. Dip it in that salt.
Oh, that's gonna be quite a bit.
God bless America.
God bless the USA.
Wow. You're right, that was salty. But,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I don't think you need that much. You don't need to dab it too much, but. Man,
Yeah, man. Fire.
dude, this is the perfect post-workout. Right here.
It's perfect for when you're like, you need I don't eat steak every day, but whenever I'm like, I feel like I'm lacking in nutrition right now. I don't feel good. I need to feel good. I'll go treat myself and grab a steak. That's like the first thing I'll do
Yeah,
when
I love
I
that.
need energy. I need fuel. I need sustenance, and like I've been eating too much shit. I just grab a steak.
Need some
It's like-
vitamins.
It's like a quick fix.
Yeah.
And
Replenishment.
I always feel good afterwards. So like seeing all this is like my body. Like it's almost like your brain knows. Your
Yeah.
body knows. Your body and brain are like, yes.
It's like
this-
primal. Yeah.
Primal. This is what my ancestors ate. This is the best quality food they could possibly get. Now you
Right.
have it in front of you. Not McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah. Man, you ever eat McDonald's after like not eating McDonald's for a few years? You just feel
Yeah.
terrible. Your body just rejects it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's different overseas, but yeah, the last time I had McDonald's was in Bali.
Oh yeah, how was it? Same, or
It blew my mind how, I was eating pretty bad then, so it definitely messed me up. But it was crazy how similar, like identical and similar tasting it was in Bali compared to the US. I was like, it's literally the same.
I remember going to the Pizza Hut in Pakistan when I was when I went back to visit in like 2010, and we ordered some type of pizza, and they had like seasoning under the cheese. Like there was like the crust, and then seasoning, and then sauce, and then and dude, they just like seasoned it with our like whatever cultural spices, and we didn't order like any type of crazy. We just ordered like a chicken pizza from Pizza Hut, and like it was so good. It was like vastly different from
Wow.
what we got here. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Damn, that makes me want to try out Pizza Hut in Pakistan.
Yeah. Right.
Is Pakistan food good? Like, what kind of food?
Oh, dude. You asked me earlier what kind of food I miss. I miss my mom's cooking, dog.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pakistan has good food, bro. Just like, you know, it's like 2 in the morning. It's like a late night city. But like 2 in the morning, you're just coming home from like, you know, playing like pool, or they call it snooker over there. Just came back from shooting some billiards with your boys. You stop by like the side, like some random like street food place. Get yourself. They wrap up like this like really moist, tender chicken in this like spicy garlic naan, which is like, you know, thicker pita bread. They wrap it up, and dude, it's just like, I just remember that. And they had like some type of sauce. It was almost like tzatziki sauce, but not really. It's like a different version of it. And they had that. They had the naan. They put the sauce on it. They put the chicken in there. They roll it up, and like that was like the late night snack, dude. I think I ate that specific food item like 3 times a week. It was so
Wow.
good. Yeah.
Man, that sounds good. I know Pakistan, they're like big on spices too, right?
Yeah,
A lot of different
huge.
spices. I love that though. I love.
Spicy
Oh,
food.
man,
Oh,
try this
here.
filet.
You wanna?
Yeah, please, thank you. All right, dude, this looks really good, man.
Yeah.
Like, whoa,
Like crust on the outside, rare on the inside.
bro,
Fire?
the burnt part is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Alright, try it.
Man, what a treat.
I'm glad we do this, man.
Yeah, for real.
Danny and I have been talking about this for a minute. Over the course
For
of
a minute.
many voice messages sent back and forth over the
Yeah,
last
man.
few months.
Yeah. Came into fruition.
I remember like after you left in like June, right? Or July?
June, yeah.
June?
Yeah, man.
I remember I called you in July because I was on the way over to your old place of work. For
Oh,
my
yeah,
high school
yeah, I
reunion,
remember that.
remember?
Yeah, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we started like all of June. It's probably busy for the both of us, but I remember that like after that phone call is when we started like we started like catching up again. So just goes to show you that
8 months in the making.
right? I would say it just goes to show you that it takes effort from both sides to continue a relationship, like friendship, relationship, any type of human to human interaction. It takes effort from both sides, you know. So you can't be the only one that's putting in the effort, and you can't expect the other person to only be putting in the effort.
100%. It has to be a exchange of energy. Yeah.
Dude, that's so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. The filet.
I like never eat filet, dude. That's really good.
That it blew my mind when I bit into that. It reminded me of that one night we had the brisket. It was my first time having like Texas brisket, and you're like, get the burnt piece. That
Wait, at
that
Terry
was
Black's?
Like,
Where were we
yeah,
at?
yeah,
Terry Black's?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You took me there, and that's what that tasted like right there, like top of the line.
I do remember that. Excuse me. Bless you.
Thank you.
I do remember that. I have a video of you tasting your first bite.
right. Because we didn't get the first shot.
Yeah, we did not get the first shot.
To go back to your point, I'm gonna finish chewing about networking. This is actually something I've been trying to put more importance on. Is keeping, like, I've started to realize that your network or your people you have around you is just everything. It's life. So now I've realized, I literally did an audit of all the cool people I've met in my life, wrote them all down on a list, and like from now on, I'm gonna make sure I keep a relationship with these people.
Yeah.
I literally went through my entire Instagram. Anyone that I'm like, there's no way me and this person are gonna hang out again, or I don't even want them in my life, I just muted their story and post. Everyone on my Instagram feed is people I actually want to engage with.
Right.
And I found that even my Instagram is now like, I'm engaging with everyone. And it's more like, it's so much better. You know, you have to put in an effort, but it pays off like tenfold.
Yeah. That muting thing is So key. I've like muted so many hot girls on my Instagram. So distracting.
So distracting, man. If you're not dating that person, like, why?
Yeah.
What are you just giving them about free attention for? You know, attention is value. Like, our attention is value. So I
Yeah.
think we have to be more aware of.
Yeah. I think it's like anybody that's kind of not aligned to what I want right now. And this isn't like a knock to anybody, but I mean, look, if like I post like clips of my podcast, right? And if someone's not aligned to that, bro, like mute me. I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
Like whatever. You can unfollow too. Like it doesn't matter. Like we only want like a following of people that genuinely want to listen to us. But I mean, sometimes, you have like friends from a long time ago. They're doing their own thing. It doesn't really fall in line with what you're doing. So I think muting is a great tool to use. I think it's a great option on Instagram to kind of not allow somebody else to program you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's making a conscious effort to say, I will not give my attention freely to people who don't deserve it.
Exactly.
It was when I started to actually, I have a story to tell.
Okay, go for it.
So there's a girl I used to, not even date really. We had like a weekend at a festival. This was a while ago. And I was more of like, I was just sleeping around a lot more. I was like, I didn't care, she was hot. That was enough for me. Now that's not enough anymore. She has to have like a value outside of being hot. She has to bring me energy and joy.
Right.
Because she was like, I won't say her name, but she was extremely toxic, man. Like, even in that short weekend together, like, it's just a lot of things I could say. Anyways, and I wasn't perfect either, but I went back and visited her again. Why am I even telling this story right now? Should I tell the story?
I mean,
anyways.
you can leave names out. You can use fake names, whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I had probably I was supposed to stay at her place. And it was probably like she lived with a bunch of roommates, and it was one of the most toxic environments I've ever been in. I was like, it made me realize that I want to only surround myself with high quality people. Just like you want to eat high quality food, you want to be around high quality people. I remember leaving that house and that environment feeling like ass. Like I was like, this feels terrible. Like, why am I hanging around these people? And from that day forward, I was like, I'll never hang out with people who are toxic again.
Wow.
I'll never let them bring me down. Like, it's just not worth it.
Right.
When you feel like your self-esteem is getting shot down after hanging out with someone, you should probably take that as a sign of like, what, maybe look in the mirror sometimes, but it's like, how do you feel after hanging out with that person? Do you feel like good about yourself? Like you want to talk more, you're energetic, you feel confident. That person raises you up. If you leave it feeling like kind of shitty, it's a clear sign how you feel after.
Not a good place to end
Yeah.
your time with whoever you're hanging out with.
Yeah, man. And this girl's like to some people probably be like a 9 out of 10, like 10 out of 10, like super hot. That's the crazy mindfuck part. I was like, my primitive side is like, yes, I want to be around her because she's hot.
Halo effect, right?
Yeah, but it was like the biggest lesson I had recently, and it was in Madrid, Spain, and like I was like, how the fuck did I ever hang around this girl in the past? First off, but now it made me realize a girl, and specifically, like, never let beauty trick you. Just because they're hot does not mean they're good for you. Like, sex is not worth anything you would get from that. A person can literally make your life miserable. Like, they'll poison drip, they'll make you doubt yourself. They'll like micromanage everything you do. You'll be out in public and you literally just from simple things of us ordering a coffee, everything becomes stressful. It's like, dude, life, it can be so miserable when you date somebody who is toxic like that.
Yeah.
Talk shit about you behind your back to everybody.
Man, it's tough.
Telling stories about you that aren't true. It's like, dude, the amount of things and her, like, all of her friends were like so fake. I was like, yo, it was like a big house of people. I'm like, dude, this is like one of the worst environments I've ever been in. Like, from the moment I got there, the guys were like, I could tell there's like some jealousy coming off, and tension. And I remember I was listening to a podcast in the morning, like, you listen to that? Like, shit like that. I'm like, dude, who are you? Like, bro, I don't know you like that. Like, who you talking? I'm like, yeah, you gotta, like, you good with that? Like, what's up?
It's like, yeah, do I have to clear who I listen to?
The energy is like so, like, that energy is bad, man. It's bad. And I was like, I actually got an Airbnb and got out of there early. I was like,
because you were at a hostel, or?
So it was I was visiting Madrid and I knew she had lived there, and I was like, you know what, maybe I, save some money, stay at her place, which was a mistake, by the way. It was actually a bad mistake on me because I had like kind of broken up with her in the past. So, and I thought maybe we could just be friends. That was dumb. That was my fault.
Oh,
I
this is a girl that you knew in the States, and now she lives in Madrid.
And now she lives in Madrid, and it wasn't the girl I showed you in the video. It was a completely different girl, and yeah, man, that was a lesson. That was a lesson. That really made me rethink, like, who the fuck have I, who have I been letting in my life? If I was dumb enough to date this girl for a whole 3 days, I mean, it just says where I was at mentally back then.
Yeah.
And I was like at
Been
festivals, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, and it just made me realize it was like a wake-up call. Like, who am I letting in my life? Like, who have I surrounded myself with up to this point?
Who has access to me?
Exactly. And I was now more self-aware. I'm like, I feel this shitty after being around that environment. This, like, it brought me down. Like, I went from like feeling like this, like talking to everybody, to like I don't even want to approach anymore. Like, I feel shitty. I was like, yo, the effect someone can have on you. And we didn't even do anything at that house. Like, we didn't even like,
Yeah, you guys were just like, because you guys had been split for a while, so you were just kind of catching up or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's
scary.
nuts.
Yeah.
That poison dripping is so real, man.
Poison dripping is real. I'm so aware of it now, though. If anyone's like being toxic or what's the word?
Manipulative?
Gaslighting. I'm very aware of these things now. I even said it to. I'll even say it to me. You're gaslighting me right now.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I'm like, well, how do you explain gaslighting?
You said that to somebody there, or?
It was to someone else. It was it's to my dad.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bobby, you're mad and you're gaslighting me right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I am, aren't I? He's cool.
Oh,
he's,
wow.
He's self-aware. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't, he's actually cool.
That's good.
He's not a bad person. Like, he was like, yeah, you're right. I was doing that, but yeah.
I'll say that to my friends sometimes. Like, I'm like, bro, you're kind of gaslighting me right now.
man.
But like, I'll say it in a funny way, because I know they're not being like they're being funny, but also like behind every joke there's like a bit of seriousness. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know what that word meant until like it was happening to me in real time.
It's like when someone's angry and they're like, why are you so angry right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you the one who's angry, making all this angry energy, and now you're
Right.
telling me I'm the one. Yeah, they're like making you think you're the cause of the problem
you're the
when
problem.
they're doing it. Yeah. That was,
Man, that's so funny. But I'm glad that it's an important lesson to learn. And speaking of lessons, it's like, as humans, it sucks that we only learn things the hard
the
way.
hard way. There's a saying, Mr. Andrew Tate said,
What do you say?
people either learn the hard way or the harder way. And I find most people learn the harder way. It is so, people either learn the hard way or the harder way.
Yeah.
So true. I can't tell you how many times I've burned my hand on the stove on things until I finally got the lesson. And toxic friends is one of them. I've had many, many toxic relationships, friendships, until one day you're just like, nope, not anymore.
Yeah, and guys, your time and your... There's three things. I said this before on other podcasts, but there's three things that you can never get back. You can make more money. You can make more. You can get more stuff. Whatever. You can never get your energy. You can never get your effort, and you can never get your time back. Those are big three things that are finite resources and will eventually run out. So it's always good to focus on who you want to spend those three resources on.
Completely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, won't get your time back, man.
Man,
Yeah, man.
the first time, we were talking about this earlier, but the first time I ever heard of Andrew Tate,
Let's talk about Tate, yeah.
2017 on Twitter. Dude was like, I don't know, bro. I followed the guy. I don't have Twitter anymore, but like I followed the guy, and I was like, man, this guy's saying some real shit. I like it, but he's pissing so many other people off at the same time, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of here for it. I like watching other people get offended.
All right.
Lots of yeah, good.
No, go ahead. Go.
He had a lot of good insights on things like that I never realized. Like were possible. Like, I mean, he's like, I just remember one tweet, like 2018. He's like, just remember your word is iron will. Or something like that.
Ironclad.
Ironclad,
I
right?
remember that, yeah.
And he's like, if you say something, if you say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. And like, it was like a video of him and his brother. And he's like, Tristan, I'm gonna do 1,000 press-ups today. And then
Yeah.
Tristan's like, no, you're not. And then he's like, I'm gonna
No,
do
you're not.
1,000 press-ups today.
No, I have
Dude,
to
one of
do it.
my buddies has the funniest Andrew Tate impression, but he would
Really?
never let me record him.
Oh man.
He doesn't like being on camera and stuff, but
Yeah. Not everyone wants to be like, oh, I love Andrew.
so good, dude. It's so good.
Wow.
He's not a fan of Andrew Tate, but his impression is so spot on.
Damn, he's like the bottom G. Man, yeah, man. I had a thought. I forgot the thought. Oh, well. Damn, this steak is good though, bro. Like, best steak I've had in a long, long time, for real.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
High praise, man. High praise.
Yeah, man.
You
Andrew,
cut- Go ahead.
back on Andrew Tate. His mindset, man. His mindset is indefatigable. What is the word he uses?
Indefatigable.
Indefatigable. It's amazing, man. He,
My indefatigability combined with
sheer indefatigability.
man,
combined
what's
with
the
my,
word?
Unmatched
my
perspicacity.
unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability
Yeah.
makes me a
Feared opponent.
feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor.
Yeah.
Fire line. Fire.
Fire.
That's good programming. That's good. Write that down. That's good programming.
So, speaking of programming, watching Tate has reprogrammed my mind a little bit. It got rid of like a lot of the weak mindsets that I had. Like a lot of things like identifying with depression, avoiding pain rather than jumping into it. He has this saying, the flavor of life is pain, and I'll eat all of it. He says this in a podcast. And
So
to me, it
good.
was like one of my favorite lines he's ever said. He's like, the flavor of, I'm not trying to, he's like, I'm not trying to change the flavor, my friend. The flavor of life is pain, and I will eat all of it. I'm like, I know that sounds crazy, but he's right. I mean, in life, you're going to go through a lot of pain, and I see that now, as I'm getting older, I see a lot of older people who are, who never embraced pain. They always want comfort. Your life becomes pain at a certain point. You have to,
Right.
why not embrace it? It makes it so much easier. Actually, I remember my thought now. I found this last year, this is the number one thing that I've went through while traveling. Biggest change was I found that I stopped relating with most people in the world. Like I stopped, and I know that sounds crazy.
No,
but
go
I
ahead,
started
go ahead,
to
keep
feel,
going.
I've always felt like a black sheep, but I started to make the shift of acting different, feeling different, looking different, and seeing myself different, seeing the world different, and I think Tate had a huge part in that. Like
Yeah.
seeing the world in a more like hyper masculine way and
Yeah.
embracing that side of the world. Like, wait a minute, this is what it means to be, a strong man.
Right.
Where masculinity is shunned down on. And I found that in my interactions with other men recently in the last year, while I was going through this change, my relationships with other men became really bad. Like, I felt like guys were always like jealous or envious or angry. I'd walk into an environment like super confident. Any hostel, any place that I was going, any new environment while traveling, and I would always be the same reaction. Lots of attention from the girls. This happened while traveling, and lots of like disdain from the guys. And then every now and then there'd be one guy in a million who would be like, another confident guy, what's up, man?
Yeah, dap you
instantly
up.
hit it
Yeah,
off
yeah, yeah.
like best friends already, like that.
That's the best. That's
and it's almost
your
like
vibe
you
attracts
could
your tribe.
Spot
Yeah.
another confident guy in an environment, and you're like, that guy's cool. And it was hard to find that for some reason while I was traveling a lot, and almost always that guy would be like an Andrew Tate fan.
Nice.
It was
yeah,
weird.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, so you think about Tate? He's like, that's the top G.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah!
that is top
And it was
G,
like,
man.
it's funny
That's
how much like cool guys that I find cool, that I vibe with, that are just confident,
Yeah.
positive, go-getters, trying to make it in life. Like that mindset of productivity, like we're doing things,
Yeah.
we're not wasting our time.
Yeah.
It's like those guys are the people I want to be around. And I find that energy attracts a lot of attention from girls and a lot of like disdain from men who are like not as confident.
Who can't embrace that side of them
Exactly, because I think every guy deep down wants to be like that,
Yeah.
whether they know it or not.
instead of like being the guy that you see it's like, oh my god, like you'll hear men saying, oh my god, Andrew Tate is so toxic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, who you trying to impress? Ain't no girls around, bro.
Yeah,
Like
man.
who you trying? You don't have to like. And if they genuinely mean it, then All right, man. I respect your opinion, but like if you're saying that just to gain credibility with
Yeah.
girls, it's gonna turn them off more.
What do you say when a girl asks you about Andrew Tate?
I say I love his mindset on things.
Yeah,
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 and then I say I think he's hilarious.
yeah.
And I don't know, dude. Usually, like the topic hasn't come up in a while.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because he hasn't been like too relevant in the mainstream
true.
anymore.
That's true.
Bro, dude, I can't believe these guys like they won't let him take Uber.
That's
That's
crazy.
so messed up, man. That's so messed up. That's why we gotta cultivate our own everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
Freedom.
easier said than done, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they took away this guy's entire platform, and like, they didn't do that to Donald Trump, bro. They could have made Donald Trump not president. They didn't do that, right? I
Yeah.
mean, whatever your politics lead, I'm really impartial, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people were outraged over that, right? It's like, oh, the media could have like pulled his shit.
Yeah.
They pulled Andrew Tate shit because he's trying to make like that mindset, that infectious mindset of like confidence, of ironclad will and all that.
It's like more masculine.
It is, yeah, and like that is like who are the people that the government is most afraid of?
Masculine
It's
men, right?
masculine men from
Yeah.
the ages of what 16 to 30
Yeah.
that are again that like can think for themselves, right?
Yeah.
That aren't watching college football and sipping brewskis on a Saturday.
Yeah.
No hate if you do that, but I'm just saying, like if those guys, those like 16 to 30-year-olds and however older they are, if those guys like actually get together and a lot of them enact that mindset, bro, the government wouldn't be able to control us the way they are right now.
Right.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
isn't
man.
like this isn't like, oh, anti-government, whatever. I'm just saying it's just kind of, it's very factual that those men are the men that are going to be leading society within the next like 20, 30 years. So
Yeah.
if you break them early and get them into the zone that everybody else is in, like kind of if you program them into the zone everyone else is in, then they'll be good followers instead of trying to be leaders, which is what Andrew Tate is really big on, trying to make young men leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah. They don't want us. I think masculinity is under attack.
it is, man.
To a certain
yeah.
degree, right?
Damn, people use the word toxic masculinity.
Right.
And I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, it's crazy. Yeah, the word toxic masculinity, the word misogynist gets tossed around a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like those other buzzwords
Yeah.
that get tossed around that don't really mean anything. It's just
Yeah.
like if you don't agree with what someone's saying, they'll use those words.
Yeah, right. You're a misogynist. It's
Yeah.
like, well, that doesn't disqualify the argument.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
It's like, bro. I literally said like, there's things that he says it all the time. He's like, bro, there's things that men are really good at,
Yeah.
and there's things that women are really good at that
Yeah.
men aren't good at, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like there's some things like women can do amazingly, like way better than men,
Yeah.
and then that men can't do, right? Like how is that? Is that misandrist? Right?
Right.
You know what misandry is?
It's like, yeah, but the opposite of misogyny.
Exactly, right? But that word, I've never heard that word
Yeah,
in my
me
life.
actually neither.
In mainstream
yeah.
media, I've never heard the word misandrist, but
Right.
it's a real word. Like it literally is the opposite of misogyny.
Yeah.
Yeah, misandry.
Can you imagine like throwing that at a girl? Like, you're being a misandrist right now.
Are you being a misandrist
You'd be
right
like,
now?
they'd be like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what? Oh, did your
Saying
puny...
you can take care of kids better than me?
Right?
That's pretty misandrist of you to say that. Actually. I could take care of kids just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, equal rights.
Equal
rights. Are you being dude? We should use that shit tonight. Like, if somebody says some shit,
Yeah.
just pull that out of the back pocket.
They're gonna be like, what?
You're like, what is that? Oh, sorry, I thought you were college educated.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. I just,
No, I was not gonna do it, Mitch.
dude, I hope they find this podcast like 10, 15 years from now and try to cancel us. So we can
Cancel us.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no one's gonna dig through their archives, but I mean, if they do,
I mean,
you
we're
never
two
know.
guys eating steak. We can
Yeah.
say anything we want, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dang, that should be the name of the podcast.
Two guys eating steak.
Two guys eating steak.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I've kind of. It would just be really funny if someone's like, oh yeah, these guys were like, because the line every 10 years the line like pulls back on what you can and can't say. Like 20 years ago, you could pretty much say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and now you can't say like oh there's whatever.
Yeah.
So like 20 years from now, they're going to be like, oh my God, these guys were so misogynistic back in 2024. And it's like, bro, it's 2044. You didn't even watch this video. You typed this link into an AI bot that said, show me cases of misogyny. Yeah. And then you put this on Twitter. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dang, dude, did I just call some shit that's going to happen 20 years from now?
That would be pretty crazy.
Right, yeah.
The archive. They go through the archive and find this.
The archives, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
man.
Anyways, some good stuff, man. I like Andrew Tate's workout stuff too. doing
He's
that-
intense.
you
Yeah,
were
the
doing
shoulder
that the
press,
other day,
1,000
yeah.
reps. Yeah, I got that from him. Yeah, what else did I learn from Mr. Tate? More action, less studying, less like thinking. Just do it. Just take action.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Take action, calibrate after.
Yeah, I like a lot of his
Yeah.
stuff on dating too. I think some of his stuff on dating is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He talks about just like, I remember his strategy for dating was like a coffee date, quick, make it fast.
Oh,
vet
yeah,
the girl.
yeah.
And
bet the
I
girl,
actually found
yeah.
that to be true, like, because I went on like a lot of dates this last month, and I found that sometimes like if you plan this whole thing, and then you find out that you guys don't have that much chemistry, you end up
she's
wasting a lot of
vaccinated.
time
No, I'm
and
just
money.
kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you're vaccinated. Damn, what
Yeah.
time is it? But if you just say,
I
hey,
gotta go.
quick coffee, 15-minute, I got something to do after, but let's just grab a coffee.
Dude, he says 15. He says it like that.
15, 30 minute,
minutes?
like a quick coffee,
Yeah,
coffee
you
in
down
the
for a
day.
quick coffee sometime?
Yeah,
In the
and
day?
then if it goes well,
so smart.
and the part, it's not, there's nothing, no goal from it, just
Yeah.
to get to know them.
Oh,
And
write
if it
that
goes
down, bro.
well,
That's such a good.
you invite them on a night out for drinks with your friends. And it's really key, like, hey, me and my friends are going to this bar, come through. It's more casual. It's not a date, you know?
Right.
It's not like a sit down, have dinner, what do you do type of date. It's more of like, come grab drinks, we're going to have a good time. And then, you know, after party at your place if she wants to pool. And then here's another huge key that he said I really love, and I practice this a lot. If a girl is like, oh, okay, come on, after party at my house. Well, I don't know. Okay, cool, I'll call you taxi. Or just like cut it off right away. Okay, cool, I'll call you a taxi. All good. Like, what? Like, yeah, you're good. No worries, we're gonna go back to my place. But it was really nice hanging out with you. Like, I enjoyed our time. You're like, oh, okay. So maybe now on the second date, let's say you invite her out again. Oh, come on, after party at my place. Okay, well, let's go. She knows if she gives you a maybe, you're just like, oh, hey, yeah, fuck off. We're gonna go have fun. You're with the party. You never, ever
yeah.
chase.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And his premise, his frame for dating, which was my attention is valuable. If you're not like, basically he says that men trade attention
Yeah.
for sex.
For
That's
sex, yeah.
essentially what it is. And what happens is so many
Currency.
guys are throwing their attention out. Like, for example, on Instagram to random girls. They're throwing their attention out to girls in the friend zone. They're just throwing away their attention. And now their attention is valueless.
Yeah.
So when a girl starts to give you energy of like, you know, maybe I'll hang out with you. Maybe you're this, or they're being a little flaky, or they're being a little acting in a way you don't want. You pull back your attention.
Yeah.
You're essentially training the person. You're going to either act how I want you to act,
Or
you're not going to be in my life. You're not going to give. And it's like basically he's teaching you how to have a boundary. And I loved this like cutthroat, and it's a mindset of abundance. You have to have a lot of girls to be able to comfortably
Of course.
do that.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was like as soon as like I'm in a date and I'm like, oh, this is getting kind of boring. Well, anyways, hey, you know, this has been nice. Like, love. They can feel that you're like, I'm not gonna waste my attention and time. Like, what I have to be getting a certain ROI from this, whether it be enjoying your company or you come, you know, where am I gaining value from this?
Right.
Becoming a bit more selfish with your attention.
Of course.
And I found that translated big. I remember there's this one time I was, I was with coffee with this girl. And this was like my 6th date in like 3 days. I was like on a run. I was like
Double
exhausted.
booking.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, it's like as soon as the conversation went stale, I was like, well, anyways, you know, I gotta go shopping for my dad and this and that. But it's been so nice, and I could see her face like change. What the fuck? Like, really? Because they're not used to a guy valuing their time. And like, you know what? I'm getting as soon as this conversation, like after 30 minutes of good talking went stale, I saw so much attraction. Like when we left from that. I actually went shopping with her. She was like, you want to just come with me to go shopping? But after that interaction, she was like, this has been nice. I would love to we should grab wine again. Like, I
was the
remember,
one saying that?
I remember like towards the end, she was like, who is this guy? Like, why does he not care? or why does he value his time like that? I'd be like, you know, one day we could grab wine. I'm like, yeah, I would love that. There was no like flakiness, you know. There was no like,
man,
because now
she's vying for your attention.
Exactly, she should be vying for your attention. You never want it to where you're just throwing it away. And I think a lot of guys don't put a premium on their attention. Anytime
important.
I feel like
Yeah.
I need to like pull back, or I'm not giving myself enough time, you know, I'm just giving my attention away too freely. I'm just like, okay, it's time to pull back a little. It's good to know when to pull back or cut things off too. It's like
Yeah.
really important, especially on a date.
Yeah.
Never wait till the bitter end of a date where things are so stale and boring, and you're like,
man.
so you're thinking of a question like, what should I say? It's kind of okay. This date has reached its end.
Yeah,
Cut the date off on a high note. On a high note when she's having fun. You never want to get her to get bored.
Right,
If she's getting bored, you've waited too long.
Lost.
And you don't want to wait for her to be like, I hate, for some reason, I don't know if this is just me being overthinking and it's a mind game. I hated when the girl would be like, anyways, you know, I have a lot to do today. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to have
Well,
that.
it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, I like to have, at least I like to have control. I think girls want you to have control. I like to have control over it, so it's like, okay, this is, we've hit the pinnacle of this date. It's going down. I'm like, hey, I got stuff to do. I want to be in that frame of like, I'm the one controlling it. And I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking that a bit, but.
No, it makes sense. That's such
Yeah,
a
man.
good, because the past few dates I've been on, they've like gone on pretty long. Like we'll meet
Yeah.
for like a tea or coffee, but then like we'll end up talking and like just like moving around, doing stuff.
Progression.
Yeah.
That's the main key.
Oh, okay. So that
Progression.
is okay. Yeah, we'll do more, and then
It
we'll
has
talk,
to
and it'll be
lead to the,
yeah,
you know.
it'll be exactly, and it'll be a good time. But like sometimes like the dates go on for like 3-4 hours, and nothing
Yeah.
ever ends up happening, and I'm like, dang, did I just give away like all my interest and my attention just like right there?
Yeah.
'Cause it's man. So having that, something I'm gonna implement is that, hey, we should grab a quick coffee sometime.
And I went on like so many dates, like 15 to 20 dates. Out of all of them, only one, I was genuinely like, I could spend like 3, 4, 5 hours with this girl.
Wow.
Not have sex and be okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm okay
That's
with that. Like, I
amazing.
love your
Yeah.
energy.
Your presence.
Funny enough, what does that always lead to if you love that, like that,
Sex.
if that chemistry is so strong, it's always going to lead to sex anyways. But there's only literally out of like 16, 17 dates, one date where I'm like, I just like looking at your eyes. Like, you just fuck.
Dude,
you're just
that's
making me so
crazy.
happy looking at you. Like,
Yeah.
your energy is contagious. But that's like a guaranteed on. It's on. And that's the only girl that I'm even still texting right now from all the dates.
Nice.
And yeah, man, that was a fun time afterwards as well. But it's like that. My feeling was, I was like, I could sit in this bar for a long. I remember going to the date. This was like my 3rd or 4th date in like a couple days. I'm like, okay, 30 minutes, I'm done because I'm exhausted today. It was a long day. I was
Right.
so tired. I ended up staying for like 3-4 hours and drinking like over a bottle of wine with her.
Dang.
And we were just talking and laughing. I got drunk, which I never
Oh,
really
man.
drink.
Yeah.
And I actually vlogged it. The vlog has like 2,000 views.
Oh,
and
that's
I remember at
amazing,
the
yeah.
end of it, I'm like, I don't know how you got me out here so long. I think that's the feeling you should get from a girl, though. Like, that's like the pinnacle. That's the top. Like, you really just love her company. It should never be like, and then I've had so many dates where it's like so dry and boring, and I'm like,
Yeah.
trying to make it work. But it's
Right.
like, dude, fuck that.
And it should never be like, oh, I'm only spending time with you because I want it to lead to something. I'm spending time with you because I genuinely want to get to know you better.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
let's see where this goes
Exactly.
if we have enough in common, right? My buddy Joshua, shout out Joshua, he's been on the podcast. He talks about having the proximity, the shared interest, and then figuring out if you have shared values together or not.
Yeah, man.
Really big.
Yeah, that's huge, especially for long-term dating.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed out of all the dates, only her and maybe like one other person that ended up leading to hookups. And there's one thing I noticed with these dates, the way they acted. It was from the beginning all the way to the end, there was no questions about like, what do you do? What school did you go to?
Oh,
it
that's
was
the
all
best.
playful banter. I noticed
Yeah.
that. I like keep that in mind. Like, I'm just observing that. Like, all the other dates that were like, so what do you do? Okay, and like super logical, and that was like the direction of the conversation that they were doing. Really weren't fun, and they led nowhere anyways. And because I'm not looking for a long-term partner right now. And then the ones that were like really fun and fulfilling were the ones where we just kind of show up. And I'm like, the last thing I want to talk about is what I like. Let's just fucking have fun, right?
Same, yeah.
Let's just let loose, and we're just talking about stupid shit. I remember one of the things we were talking about, like, we were talking about like a piece of fruit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we took a shot and it's made from this fruit.
Yeah.
That fruit, that's purple. No, it's green. Oh, I swear it's purple. Google it right now. Like that's the banter.
Oh, that's
We're just playful.
It's like it's very fun. It's very fun and engaging. Yeah.
It's fun, and I now on dates I try to lean into that playful side of myself
instead of
and
the logical,
dictate that.
analytical side.
And I noticed that girls will follow your lead. Usually, I remember in Bali, I approached a girl and I was like, she was like, and so what do you do? Oh, this and that. And where do you go? I'm like, oh, this time. And I'm like, okay, we're getting into this line of question. So are you like an influencer? She was French. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, say that one more time. You an influencer? I'm like, oh, I'll be an influencer. Say it like that one more time, one more time. And then it's just like constantly trying to get into this playful vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to start a relationship is playful, not like logical. You know, you want to be the lover. And then the
Not the
provider
provider,
later,
yeah,
but you want to be the
provider
lover.
later.
You
Lover
don't.
first, yeah.
It's so much more fun being the lover.
Yeah.
You know, and
Dude,
the lover is
yeah.
playful. The lover is emotional.
Right.
Lover is not interested in logic. You know, he's interested in emotion, like pumping your emotional state.
Yeah,
having
exactly.
Fun.
Not like.
That's
not
why
like,
girls
what
fuck
do
the
you
bartender
do?
and the DJ.
That's so true,
'Cause
bro.
they're all about the fun.
Yeah. You were a bartender.
I was a bartender.
Were you ever a DJ?
Never a DJ.
No.
I wish I was both.
One for two.
Yeah.
The bartending DJ.
Yeah.
The DJing bartender.
The DJing bartender, right?
Man, that'd be huge.
That would be huge.
I have noticed that though. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know the either the bouncer or
Yeah.
the owner of the club,
The o-
like the
yeah.
like those guys, like they're in the mix all the time.
Yeah.
So
And they have constant interactions with hot girls, so now they're like
Yeah.
numb to it too, so they don't like get nervous. Either.
yeah,
that's
they have
really
like
important.
the constant interaction with like cocktail waitresses,
Yeah.
hot bartenders, stuff like that.
That's why it's on
Man,
a thick
that's
market of like
yeah,
hot women is
thick
very
market.
important.
Do you want to explain what thick market and thin
Dude,
market
I can
mean?
teach. thick market and thin
Yeah,
market.
yeah.
So
oh, and then we gotta go over the archetypes.
yeah,
after
that's what I was
that. Yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I took a course on dating. I've taken many courses,
Yeah.
and at this point, it's really
I'm gonna-
just for fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna go put this downstairs real quick.
Okay,
so it's
cool.
not like in front of us. And then oops,
Yeah, man.
and we can eat this real quick. I'll be right back. Are you done, by the way? Are you done?
Dude, I could eat some more later though. I'm down.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
just want to like eat it passively, I guess?
No,
do you
no,
wanna-
because I find that it's hard for me to eat and like
And talk.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
get
yeah.
really deep.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh, this food's so
No, I know
good.
what
Now
you
I'm
mean.
like
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get deep.
I am like
My brain.
super full right
Really?
now. Yeah.
Dude, I'm
yeah.
I can fuck that up.
You can fuck it up.
I
All
can
right.
fuck some of that up. I'll eat those eggs too.
I'll put all this in like a plate, and I'll put
Perfect.
I'll put some saran wrap over it, and then just like whenever you want to attack it.
Dude,
feel free.
perfect. Sounds
All
good.
right.
I'm gonna clear some of this space and
Yeah,
put
yeah.
it on.
Sounds
Charge it.
good. Cool.
Really? Finish it on the street?
Just like walk while Sahir's just like walking backwards
Oh, shit.
while we
Okay.
talk or some shit.
That's
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
Yeah, I feel like we could do that tonight too.
Yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
mess around. We can finish up real quick.
Yeah, no, we're good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't take too long to get down there.
All right, let's finish up this amazing podcast that we've had
Heck yeah,
recently.
dude.
This has been a good one for
Let's
real.
enjoy this.
Oh yeah, the honey.
Enjoy this raw organic honey though. At the same time,
Let's see what we got going on here.
my
So,
favorite dessert, man. But yeah,
dude,
all right.
yeah, that's
So we're talking about thick markets. Hold on, let me
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure.
thin
Let me make sure I
markets,
just
thick
click
markets.
record real quick.
Oh, you
I
got
did,
all
I
the
did.
time.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I always got to.
I hate when that. Yeah, I hate when
So this is one thing that I learned from the course I'm taking, and so it's not I didn't invent this, but it definitely opened my eyes, and I got to experience this a lot while traveling. What a thick market felt like and a thin market felt like.
Right.
So, thick market would be somewhere where you have a lot of options, and whatever your type may be, there's a lot of that. For example, I don't really like Asian girls. I'm half Asian. For some reason, I just don't like Asian girls.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's
it
fair.
is. If I'm in Taiwan, it's a fucking thin market for me.
Right.
I feel no attraction to anyone. I have no urge to approach ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like that. Funny enough, if I do approach, it's usually it goes really well because I just don't care.
Yeah.
Kind of
Funny how that works.
Funny how that works. But I can make a lot of friends there, but it's like, as far as dating, I feel like it's a thin market. Whereas someone who had a really strong like loves Asian girls. There are guys who love Asian girls.
Right.
They go to like Taiwan and they're like, they get so much attraction from the girls because, for example, if there's like a blonde guy in South America, he's in a thick market because not only he might like Latinas, but also he's a blonde guy in South America.
Latinas like
so
him.
he's like getting so much attraction. He's in abundance. Take that same blonde guy, you put him in Dallas, Texas. He's in a thin market.
He's just an average Joe.
He's just another blonde guy. that's thick market, thin market. Also, as far as long-term dating, in a thick market, you're looking for women who have more of the traits that you would want in a long-term date. So, for example, a city like New York City attracts a lot of people who are more like dopamine fueled. They want novelty. They're maybe career ambitious, and usually they're a bit more narcissistic. And they usually take on a lot of these, they call it the dark triad traits
right.
in like a place like New York City. So it's not a thick market. You're not finding a lot of compatible mates. I'm using the word mates because that's the word he uses. But
That makes so much
if
sense,
you're trying to
yeah,
make
I
money
understand.
or meet other creative people, you go to a place like LA or New York City, you're going to meet, that's amazing. It's a thick market for that. But for dating, what he found was places like, he said Sweden, Norway, because he was attracted to those kind of girls.
Eastern European.
I think that's like Northern European. But not only that, but like the way they're more family oriented. They're more like wifey material. Like someone you would want to be your wife. I find that when I was traveling, for example, in Dallas, I don't feel like my game is as good in Dallas, or I'm not finding as many girls that I want to be around in Dallas compared to when I'm in, when I was in Budapest, Hungary, when there's like Eastern European girls.
Right.
Like girls who genuinely just want a family and settle down, and like they're like super feminine and caring. It's like
And lean into that side.
It's like I know if I wanted to find a wife there, I could find it like that. It wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Thick markets.
Thick market. Also, there's a more beautiful women out there because of their diets. And an American diet's pretty bad. So you beauty, if that's important to you, because some guys it's not as important. For me, it's really important. I really like beauty. If you're in a place like the Midwest, it's hard to find beauty. There's so many people who could be beautiful, but they're just like fat, or their skin looks bad because they're eating bad. So it's a lot harder to find girls that I'm attracted to.
Lots of potential, but not enough matches for you. So that makes it a thin market.
Yeah, exactly. Also, for me, what I found in my own personal experience is when you're in a place like Budapest, where you're literally walking around, there's hot girls everywhere. Like as you're walking to the grocery store, you pass like 5 hot girls. It's so much easier to meet a hot girl when they're everywhere. Whereas here, if you're not at the nightclub, and even then sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
It's like, how many opportunities are you getting to meet
Yeah, if you're
hot
walking
women?
around a Kroger in the suburbs
Yeah, man. It's like,
at like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, not really the same
Yeah.
as walking around Budapest.
yeah,
Peak time
exactly.
when everyone's like hustling, bustling around.
The key takeaway is location is almost everything. Like, yes, you can have the best game in the world, but if your logistics, your life isn't set up, and your location isn't right, it's almost pointless. That's actually the phase where I'm at now, where I'm like, okay, I know I can talk to girls if I try. You know, I'm not like the best at it, but I know I can do it if I try. But my logistics aren't set up properly, and now I know it's more about having the freedom to like go to Brazil or go to Sweden or Norway or Eastern Europe or maybe Italy or Spain, wherever I'm finding the most attraction.
Right.
Because that's another thing. Like, I might, if I go to like Sweden, I'm like the only Italian looking guy there. I would probably get way more attraction because I'm
Right.
like, you know,
Unique.
it's unique. So, you know, it's like basically looking at the chessboard of life and saying, okay, if I go to Brazil, I'm probably going to find a better quality wife than if I look here in the U.S. It's very true.
That
on
makes
one.
so much sense. Why a lot of guys, I mean, people call them passport bros, you know, but like I think it's just
People
it's
hate
just-
on it.
Yeah, people hate on it. I don't see why. It's like, hey, if you're going in a place that has the ideal type of person you're looking for, why would you settle for a place that doesn't have the ideal type of person you're looking for?
Exactly.
It makes no sense, right? It's like more power to you to go find.
When you're choosing from like an
Yeah.
option of like 20 high quality women
Right.
versus like your small amount of options in, let's say, Dallas, Texas, and in my experience, I'm finding like in Europe, I was getting like 10x results. Like I was going on dates with girls who hotter than I've ever went on dates with, but it was normal because there's so many, there's such an abundance, you
Yeah.
know. Whereas in Dallas, it's like, dude, there were like 7s, like not to be rude, or like 8s, and it's like I'm chasing them. I'm like, what is this? Like, what am I doing here? Like, this is whack.
yeah.
Why am I getting such better results in other countries? Dallas, but the con in other countries, Dallas, big cities in America, you find so like people like yourself who are motivated, doing unique
True.
things. You
Yeah.
don't run into that. Bali,
individuals. Yeah,
Bali, by the
creatives.
way, was a very thin market for long-term mating. Very thin. Probably
Really?
the thinnest market you would ever find. For
Wow.
long-term, for like short-term mating, like I'm saying mating, I don't use that word. It's what Tai Lopez
It's a Tai
says.
Lopez
It's kind of
term.
funny for me to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But for short-term mating, it was the thickest market possible. Because everyone there is just like trying to hook
Trying
up.
to have a good time.
It's you could definitely hook up in Bali, but as far as long term, finding like a long term partner, you're like finding people who want to just run away from home. They usually didn't have like good family. You know, you want someone with a good strong mom, good strong dad, so they have that
Right.
good stable foundation. You
Yeah.
know, they know what a good relationship is like. You're finding people who are just like, I just want to travel the world and like. Yeah, no, it's
funny.
it's
I
it's
just
not
wanna have
it's not where you
fun.
want to find a wife.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But to find people who are digital nomads, other creators, it's perfect.
Dang, it's
So-
kind of like the inverse.
It is, isn't
It's like
it? Yeah.
inverse markets.
Right.
The places that have the type of mate you're looking for are not going to have the type of creatives you're looking for.
Exactly.
Not a hard and fast rule, and then vice versa. The place that has a lot of creatives is not going to have many long-term options for dating.
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's big. That's
Yeah.
a
And it made
fun
me
fact.
realize it's like, okay, well, when I want to like focus more on dating, I'll live in an area that's more a thick market. But when while I'm in Dallas, let me not start looking for a partner here in Dallas. Let me just
Yeah.
focus on business,
Right.
make my money, find a partner somewhere else.
You
I think
can-
it's being
yeah.
I think it's people can hate, oh, you can't get a girl where you're from. It's like I'm sure I can. I've gotten girls here in the U.S., but a lot of the times it's very like an anomaly. Anomaly. I think that's the word. Like I meet a girl in Miami that's like actually cool, wifey material, cooks, has all the traits, feminine, caring, nurturing. I'm like, wait a minute, like that's so rare, you know? And I find that the city, this is what Tai Lopez says, but the cities attract a lot of people who are like dopamine fueled, novelty seeking, and like ambitious and more how do you say that word? Narcissistic?
Narcissistic, yeah.
Yeah, like more narcissistic. And I mean, I'm saying that about myself. Like I'm the kind of guy who wants to go to Bali, LA, chase his dreams, do all this. But I don't want to find someone who's just like me. I want to find someone who's going to balance me out a little bit more.
That was big what you just
Yeah.
said. I don't want to find somebody just like me.
Yeah, no, it's
I went on
true.
a date with a girl recently who like was almost exactly like me, and it
doesn't
didn't work out.
does it? Yeah.
It didn't work out,
Yeah.
bro. We were both unvaccinated, both love Kanye, and both think that Western medicine's a scam and holistic eating is like the move. And it didn't work out, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, I was
Yeah.
pretty dumbfounded. I was like, man, like, but then again, logically, it makes a lot of sense. But when you get down to it, brass tacks, you know, it doesn't. Yeah, like you said,
Yeah,
bro, like
man.
I don't want someone that's like me.
You want someone who's maybe like helps balance you out
Yeah,
a little bit. Maybe.
that makes sense.
But yeah, he
Man.
helped me look at the world differently as far as I'm more nomadic, and I think that's more natural to human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Is like I make my money in the cities, but when I want to find a partner, I'm going to go outside of
Yeah.
these places that, it's all about location. You can have the best game in the world in like the worst location, and you're not going to do as well as the guy with average game in the best location.
best location.
He's going to still do better
Wow.
than you. You
Wow.
know, that's the crazy part. It's really about your logistics and location.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
you
dude,
gotta,
in
gotta get
Arkansas.
those logistics, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's probably like one hot girl in Arkansas, and everyone's chasing her. So if you can join the team and try to chase her as well, or you can just go to where there's like so many hot girls that you have so many times to
Cast the
try,
net,
you know,
yeah.
and cast the net and keep on trying and learning on the date. I went on like 16 dates, and I don't think it's because I'm good. I think it's because I have an American accent and I'm an Italian-looking dude in Eastern Europe. You know, it's like, oh, who's this guy? Unique right away. sparks
Very, yeah.
attraction,
It's
you
like
know?
it's like if a guy with and you guys have seen this before, right? A guy with like an English accent from the UK comes to Texas.
He just mops up. And he's like,
Just cleans up, bro. Cleans up, bro. Just, like, yeah.
it's crazy.
No, man, it's nuts.
You want to
So,
go over these?
I was about to say, yeah. I was like, yeah. So tell me, I know this other thing
You want to start with the girls or the guys?
learned from the archetype. I know we went over some of the girls when we were at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I know we kind of stopped on the guys. Let's go over the you said 4 archetypes for guys.
There's 5 on each, actually.
5 on each. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and kind of just
So-
explain a little bit about what each of these are.
All right, so these are basically like playful archetypes on what a guy needs to develop to be an all-rounded, high-quality, long-term partner to a girl. And I found them to be very accurate, interesting. Actually, on one of my last dates, I read all of these to a girl.
Oh,
who-
nice.
And she liked them a lot. She was a bit skeptical, but then at the end she was like, I actually like those a lot. So, all right. So for a guy, number one, the first archetype is surfer body. Basically, that's kind of like taking care of your physical, being in flow, having that surfer personality. Like imagine a surfer, kind of like down to earth, loves life, in flow, doesn't take things too seriously. You can see it in his eyes. He's kind of just chill. Like
very
that
very
chill
mellow,
vibe. Mellow.
relaxed.
He's a surfer.
Doesn't let things get to him.
Yeah, he's nice and balanced. His body he looks good. He's not like crazy muscular, but he has some muscles, and he's lean.
Yeah.
Lean is important.
Brad Pitt, Fight Club.
Exactly. Fight Club, nice chest. So surfer body, surfer archetype. Next is a James Bond. It's having style, having class, and having a little bit of money. Knowing how to show up in an environment and not having to peacock and be like that guy. You don't have to if you don't want to, but just having a certain level of class to you and knowing how to like be presentable and impressive in a way. The next archetype, he called it the spiritual artist.
Oh, this is a new one. Okay.
Yeah. And there was like the guy you were telling the story from Arkansas, the guy from Arkansas who was singing.
Yeah. Where girls are just attracted to him.
Yeah, having that like part about you that's not logical, more emotional, and more like spiritual and playful and fun. Like he was a singer, you know, like having that part of you that's more spiritual, like an artist. Like why do
Right.
artists get so much attention? You know, having depth.
Because they make
to
people
you.
feel a certain way.
Exactly. Having more emotionality, some kind of passion is so important. Like you cooking the steaks, having the passion for it. You know, like putting passion and love and energy into what you do, super important. All right, so the next is the Clark Kent. Some guys, still being that cool guy, you know, but kind of nerdy. Some girls really like nerdy guys. So I think this is more of a niche, but having a form of competence or understanding of the world. Philosophical, being funny, nerdy, and intelligent. Just...
Dude, I vibe with that one really heavy.
And I think we give off... We're good on that
Clark
part,
Kent,
right?
yeah.
So we
I was
track
Clark Kent
those.
for Halloween one year.
Really?
Funny enough, yeah. I was just wearing a button down with a tie, but
And the
underneath
Superman?
I had, of course, yeah, that's Superman shirt underneath.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm going to be Clark Kent one year
Yeah.
now. That's cool.
Do it.
And then the last one, the rock star celebrity. And I liked this one a lot. To a certain degree, having a social circle and people you can hang out with, having places you frequent and people treating you nicely. Basically going to the same restaurant over and over and over, same club over and over and over, making friends with the bouncer, the bartender, the DJ, knowing people and in these environments. And that's why it's so important to have like a home base. And now when you take a girl out, you're almost like a celebrity. You're a celebrity on your level.
Yeah.
And the places you go to, you're getting treated with
creating-
respect, and everybody knows you. So
You're creating it in the moment.
exactly,
Man,
create your own celebrityhood.
Dude,
you know?
you get along so well with my friend Joshua, who was on the podcast a while back. He's
Really?
the one who talked about the shared values and shared interests and shared values, and then he's also the one who said the same thing. He's like, being a well-known person at the place you go to over and over gives whoever you're with nonverbal command to treat you the same way as the people at that regular place treat you, which is huge, man. You just pretty much said kind of a very similar thing to what he said, which I find so fascinating.
Yeah, man, you're
That's,
getting like
that's what
social
that is.
proof.
Social proof,
Social
bro.
proof,
Pre-selection.
yeah. Pre-selection, and that's why when you're with a hot girl, you'll notice that other hot girls start looking like, who's this guy?
Like,
Because
who's that
there's
guy?
something
Yeah.
about him. He's with a
Yeah.
hot girl.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's huge. And this alone made me realize that yes, I like to travel, but I need a home base. I need somewhere to. I need a life. I need to build something around me.
Somewhere
so I can
somewhere to
them
bring,
into.
somewhere to bring people
So it's
into.
not, because it's so hard to do dating. I built so many emotional connections with girls,
Right.
but I had nothing to bring them to. Like
that
I
makes
didn't have
sense.
anything else to offer, or anything else, any of these other things. So it's like
That
the
makes-
emotional connection is just one part of all of it.
That makes a lot of sense. I'll tell you a quick story. My buddy Chanel, like one of my OGs from like the second grade. He's in Dubai right now, but
Oh, nice.
he just hosted a jazz meets raga, and raga is like the Indian South Asian type of singing. Like, I'm not even gonna try to do it because I'm gonna butcher it, but it's like that. It's like how do you hear that certain type of singing.
I think I know what you're
right?
talking about. Yeah.
Right? He did like a night where he hosted this guy who's like been a raga singer for like 10 years. Shout out Sudarshan. And it was him, this like expert level like saxophone player, this keyboardist and the percussionist. And he was like, doing like the raga stuff, and he was also doing jazz at the same time. It was so great to see. So this was an event he put on. Shout out Shano for doing this, man. This was so cool. He put on this event, and I asked him, I was like, hey man, who are all these people? And he's like, well, some of them are like, our childhood friends, some of them are Sudarshan's friends, and then some of them I just met. And I was like, where? He's like, just out and about, cold approaching. And I was like, wait, so like those people are like that's all cold approach? And he's like, yeah. I was like from coffee shops? And he's like, yeah. Like I just like meet girls, and I'll just tell them I'm hosting this. Like they'll talk, of course, and then he'll say I'm hosting this thing, and he had a quite a good turnout, right? And
So
I was like, bro, that is one of the coolest things I've ever like. You literally cultivated this audience by yourself, like just through yourself. Like you didn't have. It wasn't. It's like word of mouth, but it's him inviting people into his reality, into his like, and he hosted it. So he was up there talking on the mic and stuff. And
So much more powerful and efficient
Huge,
than
man.
like a one-on-one sit-down date.
yeah,
That's amazing. Wow.
yeah, dude. So
That makes me
that'd
want
be
to do something
dude.
similar.
That'd be some cool stuff to do for sure. Like
Yeah, hosting something.
hosting something, bro. One of my buddies in Austin, shout out Adam in Austin. He's big in the stand-up comedy world. He hosts this, and he also likes to DJ and go to like raves and stuff. He has this company he like co-founded called Electric Laughs, where it's DJs come and do sets, and then stand-up comedians come and do sets in front of a live audience. And he hosts something like that like once, like the first week of every month or something like that. And he'll just go around whenever he like talks to people at the gym and stuff. And he just invites like girls and guys and just people. He has somewhere, he has like a reason to talk to somebody, to invite them to something that he's putting on, that he's like hosting in his life.
Man,
So that would be a
powerful,
cool
man.
thing to do.
That would be a cool
Yeah.
thing to do. I feel like it makes your approach a lot better too when you know you have something to bring them to.
Right.
So there's almost like an intention behind it.
Yeah.
You have like something to bring them to. There's like that sounds like next level, honestly.
Yeah.
Man.
So we gotta figure something out for that.
Dude, for real though, I that's why I need a home base, like so I can do shit like that. You know, that's so cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man.
anyways, yeah, that was a cool. I know this was a quick story, but
That's
that was a
like-
long tangent
No,
for sure.
that's like proof that it works too.
Yeah. So
All right.
now we got the
The five archetypes that you should seek out in a girl.
All right, here we go.
I like these, and these are ordered from like most important to least important, depending on what you
Right.
find important. Number one is the lover. It's pretty simple. Physical attraction.
Of course.
Out of 10, this is like the level that I've rated that I want it.
Mm-hmm.
9 out of 10 for me. It has to be. I have to have like a pretty high level of physical attraction.
Right. Understandable.
Next is the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Nurturing, caring, empathetic. For me, this is actually just as important as physical attraction. I'm super empathetic personally,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't stand people or girls, especially girls who aren't empathetic. Most girls are more empathetic than guys,
100%. Notice that.
but not all of them are. And some of the and I really look for like that nurturing. I've noticed that I've dated a lot of nurses for some reason. I've dated a lot of school teachers for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, genuinely. And
Interesting.
that's another thing. That's like another way to like instantly vet a girl's what is her profession. If she's a lawyer compared to if she's a nurse or a school teacher. Like if you meet a girl who's doing volunteer work in Africa, very high likely like she's going to be an empathetic, caring person. Very like she's just been vetted immediately
Right.
in that regard. So that's why depending on where you're at makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
So like for example, the girl I showed you earlier, that she was a nurse. So feminine, like the way she acted, like very touchy. I love all that, like that,
Yeah.
that energy.
Huge.
Like I love it. The next I put an 8 out of 10 for how important it is.
Right.
The queen is what it's called.
Queen.
Having class, good around people, good around friends and family, knows how to talk, intelligent, sophisticated,
Emotionally intelligent.
emotionally
Yeah.
intelligent, knows how to deal with social events, all that stuff. You know, you bring her around, you're like, that's a cool girl.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Huge.
You know?
Okay.
It's
That
important.
is. I think that's a very key piece.
Yeah. This next one I put 7 out of 10. The sister vibe. 7+ out of 10. Because I don't think you'll ever find someone who's 10 out of 10 in everything.
Right.
There's
yeah.
going to be
You
trade-offs.
gotta pick and choose. Yeah.
The sister vibe. Common interests. Do we get outside? Do we get along outside of the bedroom? If I'm just hanging out and we're like, can we just hang out? Can we do things and talk and chill? And like today we hit the gym, cook some steaks, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
We have to have some common interests because
That'd be
we're not.
such a cool hangout to do with a girl.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
can we hang out with a girl? And you don't want it to be all this. Like, there's
Yeah.
like, to play devil's advocate, you don't want to just be her friend, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
You
that's
don't,
why.
Because you ever hang out with a girl and
usually
you're
all
like,
this
damn,
other
it's like hanging out with the bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
attraction.
Yeah.
And sometimes
there.
it's like you just don't have the chemistry with the girl. And the last one is called the daughter vibe. And this is 7+ out of 10 as well, but this is also very important. Have you ever dated a girl who's just too independent, doesn't want your help at all in anything? It's like,
Maybe. Yeah.
doesn't, it's just like,
Not dated, but yeah.
Like-
Short term, yeah.
like you don't feel like you're leading her in any way at all. You're not
Yeah.
teaching her anything. You know, you don't really feel like the man in a relationship. It's almost
Yeah.
like you're dating your best friend, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but in some form, shape, or form, you want to be able to feel like you can lead this woman.
Right.
You can be the man in the relationship.
That makes sense.
And a lot of girls, you know, the whole like independent woman thing, they don't want, you know, they want. It's hard to find that sometimes. But to play devil's advocate to that one as well, you don't want a girl who's helpless. You know,
Right.
if something
Healthy balance.
went wrong with the fridge and she can't just Google it every now and then, you know, like you want someone who's a bit competent because you don't want to waste all of your time
Yeah.
dealing with someone who's helpless.
Yeah.
Because that is also like equally as frustrating.
Right.
So,
So you want a good balance of somebody
Yeah.
who's like wants to be helped.
yeah, and I think all of these actually had like a devil's advocate to it. Besides the queen, I can't remember. Like the mother is someone who's too nurturing, caring, or empathetic, can be anxiety driven big time, and you got to watch out for that. If they're too anxious, they're always worried because that can be stressful. And the lover, beauty, can be like a big mask for all these other. If they
Other stuff,
they could be
yeah.
like 5, 4, 3 out of 10s and everything else, but they're just so hot that you ignore that.
Yeah.
You're fucked, man.
Yeah, you
You're
can't
so
ignore
fucked.
it. Yeah, you can't ignore all those red flags. And
man.
I know there's this like funny, one of the funny captions girls put on their Instagram, on their Tinder is like, or whatever their dating app is like, every inch above 6 feet is another red flag I can ignore.
Haha.
It's like, yeah, for like maybe a month or two.
Yeah,
and
right,
then it's going to hit
right.
you, yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good caption.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, man. Yeah,
pretty
yeah. I've
funny.
stolen a lot of captions from girls on Tinder. And
Yeah,
they
for
say
real.
some funny stuff, man.
They're creative.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
their Tinder
It's all,
captions.
and I think they steal it from each other too, because I see the same thing over and over.
Really?
Again. Yeah. Like, hey, I heard you like bad girls. Well, I'm bad at everything. Great.
Great.
Or like, there's so much. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, Drake.
Very original there.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many, dude. There's so many funny ones. I can't like think of any at the right now, but yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Yeah, those are good. Those are some good archetypes.
Yeah, yeah, they're good. It's fun. It's a good thought experiment.
Yeah. I know I asked you
yeah.
this earlier when we were working out, but if you had to kind of show or tell us about one country you visited that is like the most friendliest, the most open, and then one that is like very closed off, that like is it's hard to assimilate
good
into,
question. Wow.
right? Kind of the dichotomy of your travels.
Wow. I've been to too many places, first off. But I would
More
say
than
the
me, bro.
most, Yeah.
More than
The
most people.
Well, more than a lot of people, yeah. The most friendly and open. Man, that's a good question. Friendly and open. Honestly, I'm thinking probably friendly and open, just out of where I've been personally, was probably Taiwan.
Taiwan, the most
For
friendly.
some reason.
Okay, cool.
That being said, I do speak Chinese.
Okay.
That's a big bonus point. But
Yeah.
I found that if you walk up to anyone in Taiwan, they'll have a conversation with you pretty much.
Huge.
Pretty much anyone.
It's really good to know.
They're very helpful, very like Chinese are like that, especially Taiwanese. They're very like you walk up and you're just like, especially if you're a foreigner, very open to foreigners. And I felt like, especially if you know any Chinese at all, it's like they're very helpful. I went to like the music festival in the south in Taiwan. Just walking around, I would have people like, "Hey, come meet with me. Come sit down here, drink."
Whoa.
Just because I'm a foreigner, and there were foreigners there, actually
Yeah.
plenty. But I had my camera. I'm smiling, good vibe. I'm like, "Hey, come over. What's your name? Come eat here.
Oh, man, that's
eat,
awesome.
eat, please eat."
Eat.
Like they're
Dang.
so sharing, and welcoming. I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, this was a rare experience." Like, and they didn't know I was Taiwanese. And then when I spoke Chinese, they'd be like, "Whoa, you speak Chinese? Like, what the heck?" And
Yeah.
it was just such an open vibe.
Yeah.
The coldest place I've been, probably Italy. Funny enough,
Mm.
maybe Italy. Actually, I don't know. I had some cool experiences there, but I felt Italians. If you're not Italian, it's like fuck off. You're not Italian. Because the minute because I look Italian, but the minute they realize I'm not
you
Italian.
are Italian. You just hit one of these, bro.
Yeah, I did that a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I dated some Italian girls while out there, and they
Yeah.
were really nice. So it's a bit of a, every place there's nice people. Actually, you know what? Kind of felt like Spain was a bit closed off as well.
Spain was closed off?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And Eastern Europe has a cold vibe, but once you talk to people, they're not closed off.
Okay, yeah.
But I felt like Spain was the one place, actually more so than Italy, because Italy, I think when I approached, it was a bit closed off. People said French were mean. I found the opposite. I thought people were so nice.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
So
I remember we
nice.
talking on the phone. You said French people, the
Dude, they
French
were
is
so
really nice too.
Anytime I walked up and talked to them, they had the cutest little accents, and they would talk with me. I
Yeah.
think they're just embarrassed about their accents, and that's why. But in Spain, I got the most fuck off energy from Spanish people
Wow.
than anywhere else. And maybe it's just in the city, because I found that Spanish, it's mostly girls that I would talk to, Spanish girls that were from like the countryside or South Spain and outside of the city, they were really nice. But like in Madrid in particular, in Barcelona, I would walk up to like Spanish girls, and they would literally just, and Italian girls too, just look at me. Be like, okay, that's awkward.
Oh, really?
Good-
Like, you were just
they
like, you're
wouldn't
like, hey,
say anything, they were just like mean. I'm like, Jesus
Dang.
Christ, like,
icy, bro. Yeah,
relax,
got the,
bro.
got
Like,
the
damn, man.
shivers, bro.
yeah, man, I would be like, yo, like that's some brutal rejections out there in Spain and Italy.
Yeah.
Whereas in like Eastern Europe, even if they're like a hot model, they're usually like feminine and a little bit flirty back no matter what.
Right.
I found that no matter what, they're just like super like giggly feminine.
Yeah. Even
Whereas
if they're
in-
like, oh, that's so adorable. I got a
Yeah.
boyfriend, but like, hey, that
Yeah,
was cool.
exactly.
Yeah.
They get that a lot when
Yeah.
they had a boyfriend. Like, I have a boyfriend, ha ha ha. It's
Yeah.
like, so rejections never felt as harsh as like Spain. I felt like rejections were like
Tough.
brutal, man.
Yeah.
And Italy were pretty harsh too. But I think they have like a reputation with like men being violent, or they were like I remember seeing posters in Spain of like shaming masculine men. I remember there was this one poster of this like really masculine man look, and like no more rape or something like that. I don't know, but I felt like it wasn't as they weren't as approachable in Spain. That was my
Interesting.
general vibe, and I didn't feel like I could make friends in Spain as easily for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and yeah, it's
That's good to
interesting.
know. Was I know you said Taiwan. You didn't feel too much motivation to approach people.
None at all.
Where was
to
like
talk to girls? None
right
at all.
stuck right? Where was the city or country that you had the most dating success?
Oh man, Eastern Europe for sure.
Yeah, man, your eyes
Eastern
lit up,
Europe,
yeah.
bro. There's no doubt about it. And Italy, I found so many attractive girls, but they just weren't as open, and they didn't speak good English. But Eastern Europe, they not only speak English, but they are so feminine and flirty. And man, it's just like I didn't realize how much fun I would have out there. I was
Nice.
like, yo, this is crazy. And I think it's also what I'm naturally attracted to, because
like
I'm
that
like an
fun,
Italian
flirty-
guy,
yeah.
and also like just genetically, like blonde girls or like Eastern European girls. For some reason, I find them to be so attractive.
Right.
And when you're that attracted, it's easier to approach and come up like in a flirty
'Cause it's
vibe. Like you're
genuine.
going to get more results because
Yeah.
it's genuine. It's
Yeah.
coming off authentically
You're not doing it just to
for validation.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
you're doing
I'm
it
coming
because
off
you
as,
genuinely like
you're beautiful. Like, what's your name?
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, this playful vibe, and I
Yeah.
think they feel the same way because there's not Italian
That's
guys
so
there.
big,
You know,
yeah.
so I think it's more natural.
Yeah.
So I think I'm curious to go to like Sweden and Norway and check it out there and see what my results are like. But I find that, yeah, Eastern Europe was insane, bro. Germany too. I actually met a lot of German girls.
Germany, okay.
And yeah, Germany.
Solid.
But not in. I met German girls while traveling. A lot of German girls
Oh, like outside of Germany.
outside of Germany. For
But
some reason,
German
I
girls
was
are where you
yeah,
had
for some
something
reason, and it wasn't just the looks, but also like the culture too. I think something about German culture, like
Just
even
open.
the German guys.
Yeah.
I got along really well with them, and
good.
and it's similar to Taiwanese culture too. I think that's why. So like
Like
I don't know
that
why I could just
wholesome-
have cool conversations with them. Yeah, like
Yeah.
very very wholesome,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
like I don't know. It's something about the Germans culture that I really liked and enjoyed their company.
Right.
And that's a huge part. Same with Eastern Europeans. Like I felt like more connected with their ways of thinking and how they talked. Maybe they were more traditional. I don't know. Whereas, yeah, man, yeah,
Okay. Solid.
Yeah.
Eastern Europe, Germany,
yeah.
and then Spain, Italy. Not so much, but they had
Yeah.
other things.
Oh
that
yeah,
you
the
liked.
last culture. I've never been, but
Yeah.
I've met plenty, and I know that I'm gonna have a good time. Brazilian girls, man.
Oh, that's where you're going next, right?
Dude,
That's the next spot.
The Brazilians just love to kiss. I
Yeah.
remember there was this one experience I had at a hostel in Austria. this girl, she was literally just walking down. She gave me the most sexy look. I don't know what. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was literally just chilling in the hostel, like
Yeah.
not expecting anything. I look up and I'm like, getting eye fucked. I'm like, whoa. She wants me to say hi, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like a clear say hi to me. Looks away, kind of walking, and she's like beautiful. And as she's walking back, I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey, like super, just walks over and sits
Aw.
down. Like it wasn't even like a, you should sit down with me. It's like instantly on. Within like 10 minutes, we're making out. Oh man. I was like, what the fuck? Like what's going on here?
Dude, that's crazy.
Like 30 minutes later, she's like, oh, it was nice to meet you.
What?
Gone forever. I'm like, Brazilians are just, they love to kiss or
They
something.
built different.
Built different.
Dude,
She was
you're gonna
blonde
have-
too
oh,
and
man.
beautiful. I was like, yo, like who is this girl who just came to my life to make out with me? Like what the fuck? It was the most random make out experience I had while traveling, and the chemistry was unreal. And I noticed that every Brazilian guy and girl I've talked to has been so cool. That's why I'm like so excited to go to Brazil because I think
Huge.
certain cultures you vibe with. I like French people a lot. They're like super romantic. I like Italians too, but they can be a bit much. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, yeah, like Spain, I didn't really vibe with too.
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah.
Gotcha,
Gotcha.
Portugal, love Portuguese.
Mm.
I think Portuguese people are super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Dang.
yeah.
And I love all the different experiences that you've had and how you can speak to each one of them individually. I think it's going to help. You know, wherever you go next, you kind of will always build these reference experiences.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that are huge.
And also now when I like go game out in Dallas and if I have a bad night or something or if I'm not like feeling good or I'll remember like I remember the times where I was doing really well. In
Yeah.
game. So I always have this reference experience. Of,
That's
like,
really good.
What
That's
it
really
feels like to be in abundance.
Yeah,
And
that's really important to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're ever thinking of not doing something or like, you know, hesitating, do it just to get the reference experience. Even if it goes up in flames, even if it's the worst rejection you've ever had, do it so you can get the reference experience for next time.
Yeah,
So
completely. man.
that's big. Man, I know we got we're about to go get some of our own reference experiences
Yeah,
tonight. It's been a
tonight's
while,
gonna be a
but
good
how
time, man.
about this? I know we have we got to do some stuff for your Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do
I
a
forgot
quick
about that.
let's do a quick lightning round.
Yeah.
I do this on every podcast. I do a
Okay,
quick
cool.
lightning round, and then
We could do the Patreon tomorrow too. If
oh
you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
do
You're
time.
here.
Yeah,
You're here
yeah,
for the weekend.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll do the Patreon.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's do
We'll
let's do
tell
the
that
yeah.
story.
Right.
But
Exactly.
we can do the lightning round right
Let's
now.
do the
if you want.
lightning round. And all right, cool. What? Give me your top three. And you're just one sentence, one quick
Okay.
one quick explanation. All right.
Okay.
Give me your top three favorite movies of all time.
Wow. The Departed.
Okay.
And do I say why as well?
Yeah.
The Departed because the storyline is insane.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it, but it's the Leonardo DiCaprio
Leonardo
movie, right?
DiCaprio,
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
Storyline, acting will get you on your seat, on the edge. Like, whoa, like
Yeah.
it's so good. Like the storyline and the way they set it up. It's like a undercover, a cop. I can't even explain it. It's like so well written. And
Okay.
It really like it's
going
one of
on
the
the
best storylines I've ever seen, and it just such great acting, phenomenal. I've watched it several times, and it's like there's a gangster in there. There's a little bit of love and romance. It's just like got everything you want and need in a movie. It's good.
Nice. Okay.
Great acting too. Oh yeah, number 2, Fury, war movie.
Oh,
I don't
great
know
movie.
why, man,
Shia
but the
LaBeouf and Brad
acting-
Pitt, right?
Yeah, the
Great
acting,
movie,
again,
great movie.
Kind of gets you on the edge of the seat.
Yeah.
And then the Avengers. I really like the Endgame movie.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Both of them, the last 2 movies.
Infinity War and
Because
yeah.
they're one of those movies that's just so epic, you know, like they ended that so well. You
Yeah.
know, they really did a good job. They nailed it.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Yeah, some very iconic moments, like the Thanos snap
Yeah.
in Infinity War, and then the dichotomy of the Iron Man snap at the end of Endgame.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like, just great writing. Like, phenomenal writing,
Yeah.
for sure.
So that's
Cool.
3 really different movies too. So
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Same question, but TV shows.
oh man, more so recently I just watched Breaking Bad.
Oh, great.
It reminded
Great
me of
one.
how good
Yeah.
that show is.
Yeah.
It's Dad's favorite show.
Nice.
And
Dad's got good taste.
He's got good taste, and he is Walter. He's like the Walter White. He's like the same person as that guy, which
Yeah.
is funny. Dang, TV shows. I really don't watch that many. I really liked. It's just the first one I can think of. When I was younger, I liked Shameless. I don't think I would watch it now.
I don't think I've ever seen that, but
It's
okay.
it's
Shameless.
more of a liberal movie, and I
Yeah.
don't think I'd watch it now.
Yeah.
But growing up, I liked it. It was like the chaotic household. I feel like I lived in the Shameless house for a little bit, if anyone's
okay.
seen it. So I resonated with the chaos
Right.
in that show because I grew up in a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
And then the third one, honestly, Game of Thrones is really good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dude,
All right.
Game
Yeah,
of
we were talking about this
Thrones
earlier.
was
Yeah.
Really good. Like up until the last season, they really killed it. I think.
Okay.
Get you on the edge of the seat, kill people you don't expect to be killed. You're
That's
like,
what
you
I've
killed
heard.
him?
That's
the
what I've
fuck?
heard. I've heard they do that.
Oh, and Peaky Blinders too.
Oh,
I really
Peaky
enjoyed
Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
The Peaky fucking Blinders.
Yeah, the acting in there
Yeah.
was such a unique show. You don't find many shows
Oh
like
man, by the order of the
that.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
Dude,
makes
yeah.
you want to be like a London
Man,
gangster.
Cillian Murphy, bro. Cillian Murphy.
He
is
killed it, man.
Such a
Cillian
G.
Murphy.
Such a G.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have what kind of music do you listen to?
Right now, pretty much I mean, that's what the answer everyone gives. Right now, it's been a lot of like chill rap, I guess, like
Chill rap?
chill rap, or
Okay.
like chill EDM. Honestly, like I listen to like a lot of like meditative music when I
Nice,
do
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to music. That or singing. I like to sing at night.
Okay.
That's how I decompress. So I
Nice.
listen to like Billionaire by Bruno Mars.
Oh,
the
man,
first
that's
song
such a
came.
good
I
one.
want to be a billion. Yeah,
Like you
things that
can
make
you can
feel
sing
good.
that?
I can kind of sing it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
sorta,
Cool,
kinda,
cool,
yeah.
cool. Well, my
I can
next
play it on
question.
guitar.
I was gonna say my next question, like, are you down to do a spontaneous cover? Like, can you
Like right
sing?
now?
Can you sing it? I'll do the rap part.
Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do it.
You mean Billionaire?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Grab the guitar. Ooh.
I honestly, I know the rap part, but I don't know it like by heart. But I feel like this is kind of just like karaoke, but with real instruments.
Yeah, man. I'm always down to do a little
Yeah,
singing.
this is the first ever guitar player playing on the Medium Rare podcast.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a good
'Cause
singer.
I had
but I'll do my best.
I had Jair and my friend Rafi and I had
Yeah.
Sahir. They all freestyled.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. Unless you
Okay,
can
cool.
freestyle, but
No,
yeah.
I cannot freestyle.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me pull up the lyrics real quick. Billionaire Bruno Mars, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh man, Travie McCoy. All right. You got it? You got
Oh,
it?
I got it.
Okay, all right. Bet. Let's get it.
I wanna be a billionaire so fucking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shiny lights. Yeah, a different city every night.
Literally his life.
I swear, the world better prepare. A billionaire.
Yeah, I would have a show like Oprah. I would be the host of Everyday Christmas. Give Travi a wish list. I'd probably pull a Angelina and Brad Pitt and adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had shit. Give a few a Mercedes like, hey lady, have this. And last but not least, grant somebody their last wish. It's been a couple months that I've been single, so you can call me Travi Claus. Mine is the ho-ho. Aha, get it? I'd probably visit where Katrina hit. And damn sure do a lot more than FEMA did. Yeah, can't forget about me, stupid. Everywhere I go, I'ma have my own theme music.
Every time I close my eyes, yeah.
What you see? What you see?
My name is shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear. The world better prepare.
For what?
But when I'm a billionaire, oh,
Yeah.
when I'm a billionaire, oh.
Let's go. I be playing basketball with the president, dunking on his delegates. Then I compliment him on his political etiquette. Toss a couple million in the air just for the heck of it. But keep the 5s, 20s, 10s, and Bens completely separate. And yeah, I'll be in a whole new tax bracket. We in recession, but let me take a crack at it. I'll probably take whatever's left just to split it up. So everybody that I love can have a couple bucks. And not a single tummy around me would know what hungry was. Eating good, sleeping soundly. I know we all have a similar dream. Go in your pocket, pull out your wallet, and put it in the air and sing.
I wanna be a billionaire, so fucking bad. good.
Hard, dude. That was
Hey,
sick.
For no practice.
Yeah, dude, that's
never
off.
doing this
Dude,
ever,
that's
we just did
crazy.
it. I mean,
Off
dude,
the
that's
dome,
pretty-
off the dome.
pretty
I
spontaneous.
definitely was like offbeat with the rap, but I appreciate you
Yeah, no, dude,
fucking slaying
killed
that.
it.
Man,
You
that was
killed it.
great. That was literally the first time that's ever happened
Yeah, man.
here.
Well, I'm thanks for bearing through all that. My voice is a bit. Bleh.
No, you're good. You're good. I know I just kind of put you on the spot, but I appreciate you.
enjoyed
I
it. I love
appreciate
that
you.
song.
Man, like, look at this song. This song came out when March 2010, dude. March 9, 2010. It's almost 14 years ago to today.
That's crazy.
Dang.
Damn, that's crazy. Now
That's
I
a good
feel like an old
homage.
fucking man.
That's a good homage,
Yeah, it
man.
is
Yeah,
a good
I was listening to
homage,
that in. Remember, I told you when I bought that guitar from Joseph Kim in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
That was like in the 10th grade, dude.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man.
Anyways, back to lightning round. I appreciate you doing that.
No, thank you. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Do you listen to a lot of rap? You said you've been listening to a lot of chill rap.
I like J. Cole a lot.
J. Cole.
Yeah,
Nice.
J.
What's your favorite
Cole a
J. Cole song?
Oof.
That's a tough one. Give me
That
like
is
a few of your favorite J. Cole songs.
I really like Workout.
Classic. Yeah.
I gotta like look
Kanye
at his
beat.
song list for some reason, and
Yeah.
then I can like really see it. Too Deep for the Intro is one of my favorites. You know that song? Yeah,
I
man,
think
it's an old one.
It's off of his like mix, not his mixtape,
so,
right?
yeah.
It's the same from the same album as
Yeah.
Cold World.
Yeah,
It's from Cold
yeah.
World, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
that's a classic. Too Deep for the Intro. What else? One of the more recent ones is called On the Street.
On the Street.
It's
Okay.
he collabs with like a K-pop star or something.
Oh.
like a Korean rapper. Or
I've never
something.
seen. I haven't heard that. I'm gonna listen
Dude,
to
his
it.
lyrics, for some reason, those lyrics in that was just like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like such a lyrical genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's a one, I can't remember the name. Fuck. It's like, it's on the off season, I think, maybe.
95 South.
He basically talks about how if he ever, he tells a story of where he was playing ball in high school, but he didn't give it his all, and he got cut from the junior varsity. I forget. I
Yeah.
forget the lyrics, but I just love the story in that song.
He's a great storyteller.
Oh man, I gotta pull up the
Yeah,
song.
pull
now
it up,
because
pull
now
it
I'm
up.
now I'm like mad I can't remember this. But as soon as I see the name of the song, I'm gonna know it right away.
The off season was like the very last one he put out, right?
Yeah, it's a very recent one, and the reason why I like it is it just kind of made me think of like, I don't know, I just like the story, man. It just made me feel.
Oh, dude, that's also a classic. Middle Child.
Yeah, Middle Child is good.
Oh, I love
GOMD,
that one. Oh,
another
dude.
huge one.
Get off my dick.
Apparently, I
Yeah.
love that. Like his 2014, Nobody's
Oh,
Perfect.
Forest
See, he has
Hills,
so
yeah.
many good songs, honestly. Well, looks like I'm not gonna find it. So
It's all good.
dang.
Yeah, no role models is really good though. Off of 2014, Forest Hills.
I could sing it. Da, na, 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 na.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I gotta find this.
Hold on.
song.
What's
No,
it? It's J Cole. It's off of the off season.
J. Cole, cut from the junior varsity. Whatever I do, I won't do it partially. So this day forward, I move with a new ferocity. Ferrari
Alright.
coupe velocity.
Is any of these? Climb back.
No, I guess it's not on that album. Junior varsity. Oh man, I'm playing this shit. Ah, Heaven's EP. I don't.
Oh,
I can
okay,
remember
okay, gotcha.
that. That's such a banger.
Oh,
Yeah, asking the masses to tune your hearts to me. Intelligent, that grew up partially. Second guessing whether or not I got something to offer since I didn't lose to poverty. Water me down, this truth is hard for me.
Okay.
Since the time cut from the junior varsity, fighting back tears to switch gears and said whatever you do, you won't do it partially.
oh, that's good. Whatever you do, you wouldn't do it partially, man. That's really
He
good.
basically tells a story, and I heard this story in podcast form,
Mm-hmm.
like interviewing form, where he got cut from the junior varsity because he didn't put on his heart into it. He says, you know what, from this day forward, whatever I do, I'm gonna give it my all.
100%. Yeah.
And basically at the end he said, if it doesn't happen, that means God decided it wouldn't happen, not me.
Because he's gonna put his 100%
Yeah, I
into
was
whatever.
like, whoa, man. I felt the same way because there's some opportunities I threw away. a few years ago that I'm like, damn, why didn't I just put my all into it? I'm like,
Yeah.
so from now on, I'm gonna put my all in it,
Right.
and then no regrets. So
Love that, man.
I love that. That
That's
song,
awesome.
that line got
That's
me.
awesome. That's really good. There's the first song on the off seasons, 95 South. He goes, if I'm ever betting on myself, I completely doubled down.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That line is hard.
That is a
Yeah.
hard line. I remember that. Yeah.
He's got the song with this guy named Benny the Butcher called Johnny P's Caddy. And
I've
dude,
heard that one, yeah.
bro, he goes, that line. I love hip hop lyrics. I could talk hip hop lyrics on a whole
Really.
nother podcast.
Some of his disses
Yeah.
are really good too. where
Oh
he's
yeah,
dissing
yeah,
other
yeah,
rappers,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like
It won't be to-
1985. I'm
It won't be to sell you my lace sneakers. It won't be because some slid in my
Yeah.
lane. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He kills
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
He's good.
That's good stuff,
knows
dude.
what
We're
he's
gonna bump some J Cole on the way down to
Bro,
Dallas.
please,
Let's do
that'd
that.
be cool,
Let's
man.
do that.
That would be so cool.
Right. What are 3 albums you can listen to cover to cover, no skips?
Dang.
Any genre, yeah.
Any genre, huh? Dang. That's a good question. Cover to cover, no skips. I don't know enough. I'll be honest.
okay.
J. Cole is a completely.
Yeah.
There's several of his albums.
All right. Enough said.
Cover to cover,
yeah.
yeah.
Are you big into hip hop?
Not
Or
really.
do you
I'm
like J
kinda
Cole
like-
specifically?
I like J. Cole specifically.
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. All
Yeah.
right. Solid. He's a good artist.
He's
to
good,
like,
man. If I look through my playlist, maybe I could find one. A couple of the old Martin Garrix ones.
Oh man,
Yeah.
like Animal and all that.
Yeah, a couple of his old albums. There's this one
Classic.
album in particular, actually, that I could listen cover to cover.
Yeah.
It's I can't even remember the name of the album. It came on in 2017. Some of the EDM around 2015, 2016, I remember I was so big into
I remember that.
Like, I would
Real
listen to
trap beats and
all day.
trapaholics.
Yeah. Like some of the old EDM, I was
Yeah.
big. Like maybe some of like the Galant or
Oh,
Jack U.
Galantis.
Jack U.
Jack U.
Galantis.
Yeah. Dude, you commented that on one of my posts about like your favorite artists of all time, like on one of my podcasts.
Jack
Yeah,
U,
Jack U.
Best
Skrillex and Diplo, right?
Yeah, I think one of their albums I liked every song on it. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
rare
yeah.
that I'll like.
They
every
only
song.
had one. They only had one project together, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
so lit. Like
Yeah.
at the festival was amazing. It was
Dude, we're gonna
insane.
bump that and some J Cole on this
That'd
drive.
be a good.
That's gonna
good
be the
mix.
move.
Yeah, man.
Cool. What's your favorite way to spend a rainy day?
A rainy day, huh?
Rainy day.
If I'm with a girl, cuddling in a movie.
All right.
Completely.
Yeah.
I love movies, like a good movie.
Okay.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Like cooking something nice. And yeah, man. Usually good company. Like having like really good company around.
Yeah.
Because then it's not a rainy day anymore. It's a nice, fun day inside.
Right.
So
Okay. Solid.
yeah.
It's a good list of things to do.
Yeah, man.
Describe your ultimate sandwich.
My ultimate sandwich. That's a great question. Holy
Thank you.
crap. Man, all right. So it's got to have some bacon.
Okay.
Maybe some avocado on there actually would be really good.
Bacon, avocado,
Maybe some egg. Ooh.
eggs. Yeah.
Ooh.
Fried egg.
Yeah, fried
Runny
egg.
yolk.
Yeah, a little runny yolk
Okay.
would be good. Cucumber. Right? Let's make it a burger, you know?
All right. Yeah,
So
with
some-
some
some
sesame
beef in
seed
there.
bun. Yeah. And
with
beef
the bun.
patty.
So like burger, egg, avocado, cucumber. I don't know why I like cucumbers.
That's fine. Yeah, cucumber.
And then maybe some onions, a little bit of
Okay.
onions.
Yeah, a little kick.
Yeah, and then
All right.
some like some garlic truffle mayo, like some really
Oh
nice
yeah,
fancy
yeah.
mayo.
Okay. Just like
Top it off.
slathered on the
And a
bun.
nice piece of cheese. I think that would be like a nice.
Nice.
I don't know why.
That's
sounds
solid.
so
That
good to
sounds
me.
yeah.
It's filling, healthy-ish, has avocado. So.
Yeah. That
Healthy-ish.
sounds like a perfect
That's good.
perfect little. That sounds like a great post workout meal too.
Yeah, man, that'd
Solid.
be real good. Yeah.
Do you have a dad joke you can share with us?
Dang, I'm not funny at all. I don't have any jokes. This makes me realize I need some jokes.
Just on the back end, right? Just to
Yeah,
pull out
I
of your back
can't think
pocket.
of anything.
Okay.
I'd
No
like-
worries. And then I think this will be the last question. If you could have dinner with any 2 people from history, dead or alive,
Dead
who
or
would they
alive.
be and why? So like anyone that's ever existed.
Damn, dude, that is a great fucking question.
Thank you.
Wow. Probably Andrew Tate.
Okay.
Just because.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
He's the guy, bro.
Andrew
Top
Tate.
G.
Top G. That'd be an experience. And then it would come with his entourage too, probably. I think it
Oh,
would be
yeah,
a
bro.
fun
Get
experience.
Tristan and Luke up
Probably,
in there.
he would probably make me take like 5 coffee shots, do a workout during the.
Probably like make you like smoke a
smoke
cigar. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that whole package.
Well, doing like
looks
1,000 of
the
these,
fucking-
yeah.
A great time to me.
Yeah.
And Will Smith.
Oh.
A lot of people don't like him because he simped for Jada, which is
Yeah.
okay. But I like that guy.
Dude.
I think he's so cool. That or Muhammad Ali.
Bro,
Muhammad Ali. But
he's-
I liked Will Smith. Man.
Yeah.
I still like him. I think he's a good person. I read his book, and he taught me a lot. Like that.
You
that
did, yeah.
book
You
taught
made a
me
video
lot.
on him.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That book taught me a lot. He explains emotions in depth,
Mm.
and he just seems like a really cool guy. But there's so many people I'd want to have dinner with.
Yeah.
I think Will Smith would be.
Those, yeah.
I
dude,
think it would be an interesting.
Dude, that'd be
fun
such a fun table.
You know it'd be a
bro,
fun
because
dinner.
Andrew
Andrew Tate
would
and
be
Will Smith.
talking mad shit to Will like the whole time. And we'll be like,
And
bro,
Will would just be telling stories the
Yeah.
whole time, like, this one time,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Will's
yeah,
so
yeah.
animated, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can't deny that those two guys are so interesting.
oh man, yeah.
It would be a
super
fun
interesting.
table,
I would
fun
love
table.
that. I would love that,
Damn,
dude.
Andrew Tate and Will Smith.
And Will
would be a
Smith,
fucking
dude, and you
combo.
right there, yeah. Man, that'd be a dinner
Yeah.
we would have to record.
Yeah,
Yo.
a lot of energy in that dinner.
Yeah. Man, and dude, I mean, Will Smith was a great artist, like a rapper.
Is
You know?
oh, an artist. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a good rapper, wasn't
Great
he?
rapper, yeah.
He has a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one-
phenomenal actor.
Yeah, dude. Dude,
Yeah.
grew up on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man.
Yeah,
That was
man.
like my shit.
Yeah.
That was the spot. That was the show.
Yeah, man.
But cool, man. I think that's it for us. We will catch you guys in the next one. Dan, you want to tell them where to find you on all your platforms?
Nicoletti, Nicoletti, all platforms, and yeah, check out the videos of a daily vlogger. I vlog every single day.
He
And I
literally
post-
vlogs every day. He's the most
I
consistent
vlog every
vlogger
single
ever.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, he's more consistent than Casey Neistat.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daily vlogs.
Yeah, I post weekly and yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
A lot of good stuff coming. Traveling to Brazil soon. So
Yeah.
maybe if you're seeing this, I'm in Brazil right now, talking to some big booty cuties and having a good time.
Q, I think it was Sean Strickland. Dude, have you seen that? Have you
No,
seen
I
that?
haven't.
Dude, bro, hold up. We gotta end it. We gotta end it on this,
Perfect.
bro. I think it was Sean Strickland that said this, but
He just beat the hell out of Sneeko recently. You saw that?
oh, did he?
Yeah.
I did not.
Sneeko got in the ring with him, so it was kind of his fault. But
I saw you said that you also mentioned that there's like 5-6 things you care about. So other than fighting and Harley Davidson motorcycles, what are some of those things?
I like big booty Latinas.
That
the hell?
was like a live post-fight
Harley
interview.
Davidson motorcycles.
I
what are
like
some of
big
those things?
booty Latinas. Hey man, he's being real as fuck.
Big
That's
booty Latinas.
yo, that's
That's so
wild.
funny, bro.
Man is clear with his needs. I want to just once. Yo, he said that with so much passion too. You know he
Dude,
means
right?
it.
Yeah, 100%,
He
bro.
fucking
It's
means
crazy.
it, bro. That's funny.
Crazy. Andre Philly, that's his
Andre
name.
Philly.
I think, yeah.
I like
Man. All right, guys, we're about to head out. We'll catch you guys
Thank you guys.
in the next one. Peace.